Hello, everyone. 1 week away.
I know.
From the cruise.
I was just emailing about transportation and stuff over to the port.
I took my daughter to volleyball last night. And while they were in volleyball, I usually, if they're there for like an hour and a half, I usually whip open the iPad and watch a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Whipped open the iPad and went to YouTube and watched the tour of the ship, the Voyager of the Seas.
Yeah.
I know where everything is now.
All right.
Everything's laid out. Yeah, right there, Carmen.
Yeah. What?
Okay.
What?
I heard the music come back.
It doesn't. I have to like turn it off for it to completely go silent, and I don't like doing that because I don't like touching the wide orbit thing.
Don't touch it. Don't do it.
So I'm like holding it down.
Yeah, because if you put the pot it down, it'll like go down. But if you hit it again, it's louder. And if you hit it, yeah. Because if I'm ever in there and I'm like, all right, I can turn down whatever's playing so I can hear it a little bit. And you can turn it down and you're like, well, that's not all the way down. And then I turn it down and then you hit it again and it's too loud. And you're like, what is going on here?
Yeah. So you just gotta like hold it as
Babysit
tight
it.
as you can.
Yeah.
And then if I let my finger move a little bit, it like jumps up. So I'm like, yeah.
All right, my bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I watched the video of the cruise ship,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm very excited. I was there for a second. I was actually on the ship for a little while, walking around, looking at things. You know, Carmen, they got pickleball courts.
Yes. We played last year.
You did?
Chad and I did. Yeah. Because it's right by where they have the surf
Yep.
and the boogie board.
Oh, I
thing.
know. I watched the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, so we did that last year. I got to tell you, I don't think 34-year-old Carmen can do that again.
Oh.
What, pickleball?
I thought that was for 60-year-olds. Oh,
No,
the surf thing.
no,
The
the
wave rider
surfing,
thing?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I stood up for like a whole minute. I was very impressed with myself.
Yeah,
Because-
especially with loose knees.
Yeah.
exactly.
Maybe loose knees helps, though.
Oh, no.
Jelly
Because
knees?
No, it was really hard.
Because
But-
your knees are like shock absorbers. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Where you don't have them too tough because then it'll just clip and fall over. But if you got the shock absorbers, you're kind of surfing.
Yeah, but you have to like be strong enough to like stand up while the pressure is like
That-
full force.
That's the thing with me. Getting up. That's the hard part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the pop up.
Yeah, I tried it. Didn't go well. No, I've never been so embarrassed in my
I
life.
belly boarded out. I'm going to belly board this
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I'll probably belly board. I probably won't try and stand up because the thing was, I kept trying and I got up a couple of times, but you have to stay up for a certain amount of time for them to like give you the cool wristband, let them know that you can like go.
Oh.
But the last time I went, I like slammed into the back wall and I
Yeah.
thought for sure I almost broke my toes
Oh.
because of the way I hit. Yeah, because I would just like fly up there after I fell off. And that's when I was like, okay, I stood up. I'm done.
Yeah.
Like I did my goal, but I almost hurt myself and that would like ruin the whole thing.
when you
know?
fall off, the pressure, I mean, it just throws your body like it's nothing up against the wall.
Yeah.
Like you go up a hill.
Yeah.
and then, yeah.
I'm so claustrophobic. I was watching the slides that they have. You know, they have those tube slides.
Yep.
I could never do that.
Yeah.
I could never. I
Well,
would
I
have
told
a heart
you.
attack.
I told you the one that we went to, whether it was Atlantis or whatever it was, and we went to the water park. And I went through, and it was like, all right, this is too long in this
Yeah.
tunnel.
Yeah.
And it like started
Wrap
to
it
freak
up.
me out a little bit. Yeah.
I know a guy that went to Adventure Island. He got stuck on the slide.
What was that guy's name?
And he has not gone back to a water park since then, even though
Oh.
his kids really love water parks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a helpless son of a bitch.
I gotta tell you, Carmen, if they gave you, it's just a wristband that you can walk around and be like, I did the surf thing.
Yeah, but it's like blue. It's different than everybody else's,
Yeah.
and it lets them know that you stood up.
Yeah,
It's
I know,
not
but
just
I'm
the
saying
boogie
like
board one.
if they gave you a wristband that was like you get your own table at the casino, or you get extra cherries in your drink or something.
Well, they
Just
have-
makes it
no,
look
this-
cool.
They have special sessions that only the people with the wristbands can
Right.
participate in.
Yeah, listen, it's really cool when you're just walking around and you hear a kid like, "Oh my gosh, she's got a blue wristband."
Yeah, my
She's so
daughter got it when she
sweet.
went, and she was pretty excited.
So if I get
Yeah.
this right, Carmen's going on there to impress kids.
No,
that was the
making
worst.
sure.
I was trying to do it. I couldn't get up. I'm falling down. Fat manatee like rolling up the hill, and then like this 10-year-old kid gets up and he's spinning around and doing
Yeah.
tricks and like it's nothing.
Do we
And
know what's that, Carmen?
Oh, I was gonna say, my thing was I wanted one because obviously Chad gets one the very first time. He doesn't even boogie board. He doesn't go through any of the training. He doesn't lay down, nothing. He just jumps up and get on his feet and he's up there like
Not
doing
particularly fond of the water.
No, but
Yeah.
he's super athletic
Yep.
and just could stand up immediately. And so my goal was just to like beat him.
The people
know.
that make it up on the board look very cool.
Yes.
It looks very cool.
I know what it would look like if I was on there.
Yeah.
Not cool. Has anybody seen Dizzy? Like, I just heard Dizzy for the first time on Roger, what's his name? JP's show. And
Not
Roger. And I talked to Tom yesterday, who's rooming with Dizzy. He's been trying to get a hold of Dizzy. He's been leaving him messages, texting him, no response. Do we know, is Dizzy, I mean, is he ducking all of us still? Or then I find out Dizzy's cousin, the one that he had the fight with, is going on the cruise.
Oh,
Wait, what?
Really?
Yeah,
Awesome.
I did find that out yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh.
A lot of nonsense happening.
Who was he giving attitude? Wasn't he mad at somebody?
He was mad at that girl.
Yeah, he was mad at everybody.
But didn't Ian like actually say something to him?
I think so, but I know he was very upset. I believe he was very upset after we got back that he was talked about so much on the radio.
Oh,
And
good.
Him and Dizzy didn't talk for like months.
Right.
I don't
No.
even know if they're like I never heard the reconnection of them, but I know like they didn't talk for at least
No.
a couple of months.
I
Yeah.
don't think they still talk very
Yeah.
No,
often.
I just heard Dizzy in the replay saying about not talking to his cousin. So, but somebody told me, I don't know if one of you told me or somebody, that the cousin was booked. He just found out that he's going on the cruise.
Yeah, Dizzy texted
Like with
me.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Tom needs to get a hold of him. He needs to talk to him about something, and nobody can get a hold of Dizzy.
Got to tell him about getting naked.
Oh, yeah.
What
To
time?
prepare him for what he's going to be
Schedule.
facing.
Got to
Yeah.
lay the ground rules of the room.
Let me know when you're going to be in the room so I can get naked
Right,
at those times.
Do you like it shaved or not shaved?
Oh,
No.
Tom's preparing. Carmen, do you do anything before the cruise?
What
to
do you
prepare,
mean?
like manicures or anything?
Yes. So next year, Petty,
Next year.
Manny. Next week.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm tired. I haven't had coffee yet.
I have to get my ears waxed. My ears are out of control.
Oh, you-
out of control.
you cannot go on the boat without unwaxed ears.
I can't have people like, I can't be sitting at a blackjack table and people come stand behind me and be like, "Hey, Mike," and they're gonna be like, "What's in your ear?"
Wow.
It's terrible.
Now, what about your nose? You do that too?
Yeah, I'll probably do it all at once. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
get it all taken care of. My
See,
nose hair has been pretty awful lately. I can't tell if it's my mustache or my nose hair, but it's been tickling my face pretty bad.
Anybody else going with me to get the spray tan or no?
No, I haven't tanned in a long time.
I've been laying out. I have to tell you, I'm tan AF
Yeah?
for myself.
got a good
Good for you.
base.
I got a good base. I'm very excited
Carmen.
about how tan I am. I'm
Carmen,
like, ooh,
will I be tanner than you when I get on the ship?
Yes.
100%.
Like George Hamilton.
But I
Yeah.
didn't buy mine. I
Oh,
worked for it.
I earned it.
Yeah.
Give yourself a wristband, idiot.
I didn't use Ozempic.
Stolen valor.
Oh, that's hilarious. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I this weekend I'm going to be outside a lot, so I may get a little coat. I may get a little layer in. You know.
I told you the lady that cuts my hair, she goes, the back of your neck's very red. Were you out in the sun? And I go, nope, Irish.
Mm.
I'm just red all the time. That's how it works.
I sleep on the back of my neck like that, you know, on
Mhm.
my back all the time, and it makes my head so sweaty. I wake
Yeah.
up in the morning, I got sweaty neck.
Mm.
Grosses me out. I don't know why I just thought of that. You just talking about your neck and
May I
Anyway.
suggest a little fan that you clip onto your headboard? That's what I have.
I have it.
I love
I have it.
Which I will be bringing anyone listening. Make sure you bring a little baby fan on the cruise.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah, you need a fan, and you probably want an extension cord.
Didn't they take your fan one time?
They took my fan, Gio, because I brought a full size fan
Oh.
and I brought it in my suitcase, and they snatched it from me.
Right, but
This
it
time-
was a foldable one though.
No,
wasn't it?
this one was my regular little
Oh.
desk fan. I love that thing. It had a name and everything. And this one here, I'm bringing the foldable one. And I'm
Right.
carrying that with me. And if they want it, they're going to have to pry it from my dead hands.
I have one that's probably about 6x6 that folds up. That is also battery. You plug it in and it charges, or
Yeah.
you don't even have to have it plugged in.
Yeah,
it's
that's how
nice.
mine is.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah. So,
I tried to take a power strip last year, and they made me chuck it at the door.
really?
Yeah, they would not let me.
Hmm.
Took it right out of my bag and said, "You got to either throw it right here or Take it back to your car.
Which is
Or
weird
we'll kill
because
you.
other people had power strips.
I had done that in the past. I'd always
Yeah.
taken a
Yeah,
power
but there's
strip.
also people that just put bottles of booze in there and they go
Yeah.
right through, and then the other ones
Right.
they're like, no, we took it.
Like they made me open my bag and take it out.
On the carry-on.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah. And I'd always taken a power strip because there's not that many outlets, so I
Right.
always take
Yeah.
that. And he's like, nope. And then there was a bucket, and there was probably 5 of them in there that I threw it in.
That stinks,
I'm like,
man.
this guy's probably selling these on eBay or something.
Yeah.
I can't not have. I mean, I got to bring my breathing machine, and I need that.
Fan for sure. I always bring a fan.
I need the fan.
Really?
Yeah,
I always
Carmen.
do, yeah.
Oh,
I can't sleep
don't.
without a fan, and it was so bad when they took my fan that I actually took the CPAP machine, blew the air out, and just rested it on my chin,
Yeah.
so that I could have that air on my face. I need that fan to go to sleep, or else I can't sleep. It's horrible.
I'm the
I
same
get
way.
ya.
Yeah. Oh,
See, I just need a TV. As long as there's a TV, I what?
I'm just thinking of Mike laying there at night, thinking he's hearing the ocean. It's just his hair in his ears. He's like, I can't sleep
The CPAP machine.
every time he moves.
oh, I just rocked myself to sleep with my ear hair. Oh man, yeah, we're a week away from Calta Cruise 18. If you're not going, you should start feeling regret now.
Yeah.
You should start feeling like, man, this would have been cool. Because now's the perfect time. Plus, we didn't really do a spring break kind of thing. Well, you did.
Yeah.
So we get a little vacation, a little vacation out of the deal. And Carmen, so when are you going? Wednesday night, just to be safe?
Oh, for my toes, my petty.
No. I meant to the port. I was just kidding.
Oh no, we're
You're
gonna.
so worried.
No, I was not worried. I just know how traffic works.
Yeah.
Dummy.
Mm.
We're gonna go. We're driving over there with Blaine and Ashley. Actually, we're gonna.
She's going on the cruise.
Oh.
Yes.
No, I just left him out. She's going on the cruise. Actually,
Yes, Ashley, Blaine, and Ashley, her husband.
mm-hmm.
They're
Big
going.
muscular husband.
Exactly.
Large
So-
imposing figure.
We're gonna drive over with them in the morning.
That's cool.
Yeah, just to make it easy. We thought about doing this and that, and whatever. And we're like, this will just be easier.
I watched like the social media, and there's a lot of people going that I don't know. Like there's 18 cruises. I recognize a lot of people, but there's a lot of people going that I don't know. They're asking first time questions. I like that. I like that there's a new group of people coming. So meet some new people, make some new friends.
I did find this out. Someone told me, so I it's not like me confirming this, but someone said if you pay for parking ahead of time, it's like half the price than when you pay at the port. So if you're planning on driving yourself, pay ahead of time.
I did the old switcheroo on the cruise drink package.
Did it work?
Yes.
Nice.
I saved
Oh, really?
myself almost $200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like,
What a racket.
Everybody keeps telling me that it'll change and do this and that and everything. So it's a gamble. So I was like, all right. I took it and it gives it right back to your credit card. Not right back, but it takes a couple days. And then I was like looking. And then I saw it and I think it was 35% off.
Yeah.
And I looked and they said some of the best deals, 35% off is about as good as you're going to get. Or what you did, buy one, get one, 50% off.
Okay.
And it comes out to be about the same.
Yeah, the highest I saw was 40, and that was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I remember last year I just hit it at the right time, and I think
Yeah.
I got 40% off.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm good to go, man. I'm ready. I'm so ready. I was scoping out the coffee bar yesterday, the Pig and Whistle,
Oh.
the Irish bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, those are all places that we're gonna go on the pub crawl. Joe, you gonna be doing some singing this year?
I believe I am, Michael.
Yeah, good. You can't keep a good man down.
No.
But I don't know. Sometimes sometimes when the guy's around as a girl, he's a different guy. You know what I'm saying? So now with Sugar Pants there, you may be like, I'm not so much a singer when Sugar Pants is around.
No, I don't think I'll have that problem.
She seems like she appreciates a good performance.
She does.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
I enjoy this.
Yeah.
Joe's gonna be tied down. The ladies.
Mm-hmm.
This,
that'll
this-
be interesting.
this is the first time I think I'm bringing a girl on the cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This-
No, didn't what's her face go once?
Who?
Trudy, whatever the last one's name was.
Zoe?
J.D. Zoe. Yeah.
No.
No.
No, he was always
would
adamantly
not
against it.
No,
Yeah.
you're right. I brought Melissa one year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Man, you've been through a lot of ladies.
Yeah.
A lot of whores run through Whore Island.
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore. It all
No.
stopped at the pants.
That's right.
Now that's a place. Now you get rid of all the trash.
Well, yeah. It's a sanctuary now.
Yeah. Joe, I feel bad though, Joe. I do think about this. This is one of the things that I think about at night.
Hmm.
I did put a dog in your house.
That's all right.
You sure?
No, I love that dog.
All
Everybody
right.
loves that
All
dog.
right. I just want to make sure. I mean, you did me a huge favor by taking that dog.
No, happy to do it. I love that dog.
All right. all right,
Everybody
that's
does,
good,
really.
good,
I mean,
good,
we
good.
fight about who gets to sleep with him.
I love it.
So, yeah.
That really worked out well.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, I'm ready. Let's go. We leaving now?
Huh?
I know Johnny B sent a message. He's got a hotel room right there at the port.
He
Oh,
does.
Yeah.
he's going early.
Yeah, he's going the day before and like staying down the road.
See, Carmen, you're making me leave early because now that we're not working on Thursday,
right.
we got to leave at like. I mean, what time would you say leave?
Ooh.
What time are you and Ashley going?
I don't know. We haven't worked out those details, but they are very they're on time.
Yeah, but
So-
the thing I'm saying is if we leave at 8:00, that's probably the same thing as leaving at 10:00 with traffic. We're gonna be stuck in traffic the whole time.
it's not. It's not.
Dude, you don't understand.
It sounds like it's 2 hours different.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Just-
you guys haven't. I got traffic on 75 to get to I-4, and then traffic on I-4 to Orlando is insane. So I'm gonna be stuck in traffic. I mean, I don't care. I'm not driving, but I'm gonna be stuck in traffic either way. Oh, whatever. I'll just go to sleep.
Mm.
Just wake me up when we're there, Tom.
I'd say probably like 9:30.
I'll probably leave before that.
Yeah,
If we're doing it right now, I might as well leave like 8.
because I think you can get on the boat at noon. It's
8,
the earliest.
9, 10, 11, 12. Oh yeah. All right.
no, there's 11.
Is there?
Yeah, because that was the only thing we asked. Like Blaine and Ashley, their check-in time is earlier than our check-in time, but they said like it shouldn't be a problem since we're driving together.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of suggested.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like
If
Yeah.
you show up, they're going to let you
Right.
on.
Right.
they're not going to say, "Oh, yours says 1:30. You got to wait until 1:30."
Right.
Oh. All right. The other thing is, does anybody have any plans for the second stop?
No.
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 I think that's when I'm gonna go do like all the water slides and stuff on the boat
Because everybody
Because-
gets off.
because everyone gets off and yeah, no one will be on. So that's because
Mm.
I like doing that stuff. I like the water slides. I like the boogie boarding. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I read a big article about the crime in the Bahamas, and I'm not getting off the boat.
Oh, all right.
Not like the tourist areas, but like if people go outside, I guess it's very crime ridden lately.
I feel like I'm going to get pulled into a. Let's just go to. Hello? Hello, Dad? I feel like I'm just going to get pulled into. Let's go to a strip club.
What strip
Do you
clubs-
feel like you're going to get pulled into, or that's your suggestion?
Yeah.
No,
Because
no,
you
no.
suggested it like 4 times.
But also,
already.
what strip clubs open at 11 o'clock in the morning?
And,
Yes.
and not one you want to go to.
But we've
No.
been to the. Joe, you've been with me. We've
Yes,
been through this
I
already.
know.
How we survived out of there, I don't know.
Right.
We decided to go to a strip club one time, and you know what it is? Well, maybe not because he doesn't drink, but maybe because Pete's the one that drags me into these things.
Yeah, Pete does.
Pete does.
Yeah.
He's like, try to cross the street, let's go. And next thing you know, we're getting in a cab, van, and I'm like, this is not
Yeah.
across the street.
Also, who wants to go to a strip club when they're sober? That sounds like the worst thing
Yeah.
in the world to me.
Well,
I don't like to go when I'm drunk, and I get all handsy.
Yeah, that's the point.
Wow.
No, that's
when
good
I
for
like
you.
to go.
It's gross when guys do it. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something fun that we can do.
strip clubs late night.
Yeah.
Strip club.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Strip club is nonsense. It's nothing but a big tease thing, but it's still just the experience. Be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah. So I don't know. Something. We got to do something fun.
See, I would think my thing would be like, let's go find like a good local bar, grill, go get some drinks, go
Okay.
get some appetizers.
Okay.
Mm.
Or let's stay on the ship.
Or yeah.
Right.
So it's strip club.
Or ship club.
Pronunciate that,
One of the
please.
two. One of the two things will be happening. Yeah. All right. Good. All right. It is Thursday. We got a good show today. Cody Tucker is going to join us. We didn't get to talk to Cody last week.
We did.
Yeah, we
did.
talked.
You guys talked.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you did do it?
Of course.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, good. Martine's coming in. We haven't talked to Martine in a while.
Yeah.
Martine's got something. I don't even know what it is, but I know he's doing something with veterans, which the Gramaticas have always done. So we'll talk to him in the 9 o'clock hour. And we got a ton of stuff to give away. And we got the open letter rewind. So we're going to take a break, play some commercials, do the open letter rewind, and come back with Sporcle next on 102.5 The Bone. Carmen, I almost broke last night. Sorry, Carmen.
No.
Never mind. I don't care.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Do not say it.
All right.
No one cares.
All right.
I'd like to hear what
Thank
happened,
you.
Mike.
I was taking the girls to volleyball, and I was so hungry. I was like, usually when they come out of volleyball, they're like, "Can we get McDonald's or something?" And I thought if they want to go get fast food today, I might have to get something. And they got in the car and they were like, "No, we don't want anything. We're fine. We ate cupcakes at practice." I went, "Oh, okay." I came home and I went, "All right, well, I guess I'll get a cheese stick and go to bed." But it was close, man. Then I got home and Joey made chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and his girlfriend was cooking steaks. And I go, what are you kids doing in here? Yeah. So but I had to run. I grabbed my cheese stick and I went to bed. I ran.
Oh, your cheese stick.
Yep.
I keep hearing you say cheese steak. I was like,
Oh, I thought you heard something else.
It's a good diet that he's on, Kyle.
Yeah.
Cheese steaks.
Yeah.
like I want cheese steak.
Doctor says 3 or 4 cheesesteaks a day, and I'm good.
I am down a significant amount of weight. I will hopefully have. I would say, what are we in April?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to reach my goal weight sometime around. Well, I'd like to do it as soon as possible, but realistically, by fall, by September.
Do you have a number? What your goal weight is?
Yes, I do, Galvin.
Can you share it with us? Or
I
no?
sure will. 299. I mean, that's not my final goal weight, but that is my goal. I have not been below 300 pounds I can't remember.
Really?
Yeah, like on my 30th birthday, I was over 300 pounds. So if I can get below 300 pounds, if I can get to 299, that'll be a significant goal for me. And then at that point, then I could work on getting to a weight that I need to carry every day for the rest of my life.
What do you think that weight is?
I don't really know. I think I'd be comfortable in the 260, 275 range. You know what I mean? Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. I don't really know. But I've not been that weight for so long. I don't really know what the right thing is. If you ask a doctor, they want me to be 185.
Right,
so
right,
it's
yeah.
impossible. I'm just saying, for me, for a guy who's been so overweight for so long, having come down significantly and continuing to lose weight, I would like to. I mean, the day that I can go, I weigh 299. I'll be very impressed.
Do you know the total that you've lost so far, or no?
I don't know the
Approximately?
exact total. I would say somewhere in the 50, 60 range.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, and I'll tell you, obviously the surgery was the big deal, but that is the thing that helps you keep it off. But it's the dieting that goes along with it that you really have to do. Like anybody that thinks they're just going to roll in and get their stomach stapled or whatever they do, and then roll out and be like, nope, I'm fine now. It's not the case.
There are a lot of people that just eat right through it.
Yeah,
right.
Back.
There are people who had multiple
Yeah.
surgeries, you know, to get that done and stuff. Yeah, but then there's other people that get it done and don't change their ways, and it's like, okay.
I mean,
well,
look at Bobby having gone through it was great for me because to watch him and see how good he looks and how much weight he lost and how great a shape he's in, but also the hard work that he puts into it.
Yeah.
The working out, the walking and all that stuff.
The
and
lady
making the
boxing.
right choices. The lady boxing. I don't think he lady boxes anymore.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I think ever since Amy Schumer retired, all the lady boxers retired. Yeah, so anyway, that's a good point. So I did not eat fast food last night.
Okay, good.
Yes. See, you pretend you didn't care, but you really secretly
I
care.
do.
Yeah.
Well, and on top of that, see, this is the problem with those guys you were listening to yesterday. They were like, "Oh, on the cruise, let it go, eat the
No,
bread
yeah.
basket, this and that." And now you're like, "Well, if I'm gonna let go on the cruise, I might as well have McDonald's."
No, I'm not letting it
So-
go. I might have a little cheaty sneedy here and there, but I'm not
Right.
letting it go. Yeah.
That's the thing. You can have a piece of pizza.
Right.
Don't eat the whole pizza.
Right. I'm with you. My wife brought home cauliflower crust pizza from California Pizza Kitchen.
it's really good.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
also has 14 carbs a slice in it.
Yeah.
It's not good for me. I ate a piece and I'm like, let me look this up, and it said 14 grams. I'm like, that's not good. I mean, it sounds like it would be great, but it's not.
But
Well,
what is normal pizza?
Oh yeah. It's probably
About half, probably.
Yeah, right. But I'm just saying it's not a get out of jail free. Where
Oh,
you can just
no.
eat whatever you want.
Nothing is.
Yeah.
So there was a trend that went, and I did it. And if you can master it, it is pretty good. Chicken crust pizza.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You
Yeah, I've
use
seen that.
canned chicken and cheese, and then you flatten it out. And I gotta tell you, I tried it, and it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. I didn't master it, but the one time I tried it, I was like, oh, I can definitely make this better. And then
So
I
what
just,
do you flatten it out and then you bake it,
yes,
and then you put the pizza stuff on it again, and bake it again, or you bake
Yes.
it all at once?
You bake it twice. So you bake the crust, which is just, again, canned chicken and cheese.
Right.
That you either put in the food processor. I think that's what I needed to do because I just mixed it by hand.
Oh yeah, you got to use a food
blend it.
processor because that's the same thing with like chicken nuggets. You can put the chicken in the food processor with a little bit of cheese, and if you want to put some roasted red peppers or something like that, and then air fry those, they're fantastic.
Because they get crispy. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you just do the chicken and cheese food processor, thanks, Galvin. Because the sides baked. The middle was a little wonky in
Yeah.
mine, but I didn't put it in the food processor.
Uh-huh.
Food processor. Listen, we've said that a lot. That's a big word.
Put her over the edge.
Yeah, but that is, there's ways to make the food that you want.
Okay.
Just,
all right.
you
Well,
know.
I'm not dying yet right now. So.
Yeah.
All right. What do we have to give away today, Carmen?
Okay, so we have tickets for Busch Gardens Food and Wine Festival,
Uh-huh.
Rascal Flats,
Yeah.
Stained,
Yeah.
Baby Metal,
Yeah.
Coheed and Cambria,
Mhm.
and Thomas Rhett.
That's a lot of different things for you to choose
Good
from.
stuff.
And
That
we
is
have
good
those
stuff.
other tickets.
No, hold on to those.
I am.
Hold
I'm
on
not
to those
saying
for
for
special
Sporcle.
moments.
Right. I'm just reminding you.
Are you referring to the sold out AC/DC show?
That
Oh.
and
Oh.
the one that you announced
Oh yeah.
this week.
Oh, the Tom Segura show?
Yeah,
Okay.
we have those tickets. We
All right.
just,
All right, we'll blow those out. We'll blow out both of those today. Well, at least one of them today.
That goes on sale tomorrow, right?
Segura, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give them away before you combine.
Ooh.
Hey. All right, let's do it right now with a little bit of Sporcle. Here we go. I mean, I'm on a rage right now, right? What is it, 4 in a row?
It's 3. Yes, 4 in a row.
4 in a row. Thank
Yeah.
you. I'm on fire.
Excited for you.
Thank you. Carmen is the keeper of Sporcle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. Carmen, what are we playing today?
Okay, today we're going to be playing words containing EST A through Z.
Real quick, somebody sent me a message this morning that said they listened to the replays, and the last 4 times that we won, you guys didn't do the Miyagi thing, but you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wonder if it's
People are
missing
dumb.
from the. All right.
No,
Could be
yeah,
that.
yeah.
All right, I just assumed it was an error. You guys say people are dumb. Gotcha.
I mean, yeah, you
Gotcha.
give our listeners a little too much credit
All right.
sometimes.
All right. Well, they're my people. EST A through Z.
Right, and the EST can be anywhere in the word.
Okay.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be together. Is it going to be EST together or can it-
EST together.
Okay.
Yes. So the first letter, A. I'll give you that.
All right.
A. To affirm, to be correct,
Attest.
true, Mike. B. Of or relating to a beast. B.
Behead.
Of
Bestiality.
bestial
Ah.
is what I was looking for. C. These might be roasting on an open
Chestnuts.
fire. Mike. D. To assimilate food substances.
Digest.
Geo. E. A landed property, usually of considerable size.
Estuary. I don't even know what that is.
E. A landed property,
Oh.
usually of considerable size.
The state.
Estate is what I was looking for. No point.
What did I say? Estuary?
Sounded good. F. A day or period set aside for celebration.
Festival.
Mike. G. Hand signal.
Gesture.
Mike. H. Open and truthful.
Honest.
Galvin. I. A charge for a loan.
Interest.
Geo. J. A professional food or fool or
Jessica.
clown. Yes, I don't know who that was.
That was Gio.
Geo gets the point. K. A small falcon.
Crested.
A small falcon. K.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
You were close, Geo. Kestrel.
No.
But you were close.
Thank you.
No point, though. And Pap, we are halfway there.
Galvin is on the board with a single point. Gio has 3, and Michael is your leader by 1. He's winning with 4.
Man.
All right, we are doing words containing EST, A through Z. Your next one, L. The typical way of life of an individual, group, or culture.
Lifestyle.
Galvin. M. Used with his, her, or your as a title and form
Majesty.
of a... Galvin. N. To settle snugly or comfortably.
Nestle.
Nestle. Geo.
Geo?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
said
Geo.
Nestle?
Yeah.
He did.
Point Gio.
O. The most senior in age.
Oldest.
Galvin. P. To annoy.
Pest.
Best.
Pester.
Damn it.
Mike. Q.
Quest.
Ah, suck it.
To interrogate.
Question.
Galvin.
Oh, man.
R.
You suck it.
R. Unable to stay still or quiet. Yes, Pap Pap.
Galvin.
Oh!
Wow.
I didn't even hear you.
Wow.
Open your ears.
I was too busy answering.
Huh?
He can't. He has too much hair in it.
Oh.
S. A proposal offered for acceptance or rejection.
Suggestion?
Geo. Sorry. T. A violent windstorm.
Tornado. No, idiot. Damn it.
Frequently accompanied by rain, snow, or hail. T. A violent windstorm. Frequently accompanied by rain, snow, or hail.
Thunderstorm. I don't know.
I don't know.
Tempest is what I was looking for. And Pap Pap, we are on the last 3.
We got a close game. Gio and Michael are both tied with 5, and Galvin is your leader right now by
Oh.
1. He's winning with 6.
Tight.
All right, we are doing words containing EST, A through Z. We are on U. A condition of social disturbance, often involving
Unrest.
demonstrations. Oh, excuse me.
Oh.
Yes, Mike Calta. W.
No?
What?
No V?
No V.
Okay.
I said W.
All right.
To try to throw or immobilize someone, especially by gripping with the hands.
Wrestle.
Are
Geo.
we all tied?
We are all tied up.
Satan's in the house. 666.
And this is the last one.
Oh.
Everyone's in. Why? The day.
Yesterday. Oh! Shot in the dark. Didn't work the first time.
Paid off.
Your final score, Gio and Galvin both with 6 points on the board. Michael, your triumphant champion today by 1. He won with 7.
Is that 2 rules now? We haven't had 2 rules in a long time. It's 5 in a row.
I thought you had to get 8 in a row.
No.
No,
5.
it's 5.
3 and then 5.
All right.
Is that 5 of the second one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then it's 2.
Wow. This guy's on fire.
This girl is on fire.
Thank you.
She called you a girl.
Yeah. I'll take it. I don't really have a rule. I didn't expect to win. I don't know what it is.
Surprising.
Well, we start with the Miyagi.
No. It's be 2 rules, right?
Yeah. We'll do that one first.
we good. Mike.
You score one more. Tight race, but you win with gas it and paid off.
Thank you, Calvin. That was wonderful.
Mike, Sporcle champion. He's so good at game. He never know what rule to make.
Okay. Now I want you to congratulate me as Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
Okay, ready?
Excellent job.
Yep. There you
All
go.
right.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Oh, he's been dead for a day.
He can
A
talk.
day.
That's why I didn't do anything. He's
Yeah.
dead. He
I
dead
know.
guys can't say anything.
Congratulations. I think you did a great job, and
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry I'm
Thank you.
dead now.
I got to tell you, I think you're reckless.
Oh,
Yeah.
you didn't. I said Val Kilmer. I didn't say what Lifetime.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
did
went right to
Iceman.
Iceman.
You can be my wingman any day.
Thank you. All right.
Man?
Yeah. Wingman.
Oh, I thought you said Weenie
Wait,
Man.
no, thank you.
I'm not
Yeah.
opposed to either.
Good morning. Who's this?
It's Charlie.
Hi, Charlie. What are you doing today, Charlie? Where you working?
Oh, I'm in Sarasota at the moment. I'm a truck driver.
All right, I'm gonna put you on hold, Charlie. Carmen will grab you during the break, and then we'll hook you up with a prize. Okay, buddy?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Charlie didn't seem very excited.
No, it's early.
What do we have coming up in news, Calvin?
Coming up in news today, we have Smile for the Camera, Hydro Bro, and Take the Deal.
No. All right. Calvin, as your news, we'll take a quick break, come back, dive right into that. And then Cody Tucker is going to join us. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. I just looked up on the board, the screener board,
Yeah.
and almost vomited in my mouth.
Ooh.
Oh no, that's sorry.
It said Marine Rob was on hold, but that must be left over from yesterday's show.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Not a fan. His gross breath and his dumb post. Mike Calta Show, good morning. Oh, my God. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi. This is Jennifer.
What is going on in your
Hello?
car? Yes. What can we do for you?
I have no idea. I'm in Newport Richie, and I don't know what the heck's going on. Hi, I'm Jennifer.
What's up, Jennifer?
I called yesterday to talk about the dog and the poop and something that happened to me with my dog.
Well, who did
So,
you
basically
call
what
to talk about
happened-
dog poop?
What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh.
You're too loud. It's too loud, Jennifer.
Yeah, I mean,
Too much. Too much.
have you ever talked on the phone before? Do you know what's
Hi,
going
Jennifer.
I called about the dog poop.
It's like there was nuclear fallout in her car yesterday.
It sounded like she's getting pulled over by the cops.
Can I throw this out there for you, Jennifer? And this isn't picking on you. I'm talking about in general. We're not going to talk about anything we were talking about yesterday. If you missed it yesterday, it's over. We've passed on. Most likely, it doesn't even make it past the commercial break. If we say we're going to talk about weddings, and then we go to a break, we're not talking about weddings anymore. It's over. It's gone, and you missed it for life. That's it. You call back the next time and go, remember when you were talking about weddings? No, we don't. We don't recall anything. We're fast-paced. We're moving. We're ahead. We have no idea what you're talking about.
Also, does anybody remember talking about dog poop yesterday?
I don't think it was
No.
us.
Right, that's what I'm
Right.
saying.
I think she might have been listening to a different show and decided to call and tell us about it.
No.
We don't listen to the whole station.
There was something we talked about how
Yeah.
to get the dog poo. Like you got to go and
Oh, when my dog went into the vet.
Yes.
Okay, but you gotta
You gotta give us the
preface.
context. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we talked about it yesterday. It's done.
Sorry, Jennifer.
So,
I have to take that back.
No.
All right. Calvin says no. It's fully on you. I would imagine Jennifer's calling back. I can't handle it. It's too loud.
Is
That's
she
what you
calling
want.
back? Let's see.
I'm a new car, Richie.
It's Jennifer.
Ugh.
You guys were talking about dog poop yesterday. Really got me going.
I've been trying to call for 24 hours.
I'm starting to like her more and more.
Oh, let me see if it's her. Good morning. Hello.
Hey, Mike, it's Chuck from Port Charlotte.
Oh, what's up, buddy?
I called to talk about, they said that you didn't do the rule. You forgot to do the rule on Monday, but you did it yesterday.
Oh, all right. Well, hey,
Don't
sometimes
talk
it
about
slips
things
through
that
the
are
crack.
days in the past.
Yeah.
Thank you for the
Hey,
heads
man, you
up.
guys love your show.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate
By
it.
the way, did you
That-
see? Yeah,
that-
Chuck's
perfect
phone
demeanor.
connection. There was no sirens or wind.
Volume was at a. He was
Talked about something we
relevant.
Yeah,
Hello?
it's wild. By the way,
Wait
also,
for the nuclear fallout to pass before
Yeah.
you call us.
also, if Mike wins, and we go to break without the rule, we're not telling them.
Right.
No.
All right. It's my fault for letting it go.
I was totally aware that he skipped the rule.
Yeah. I didn't know. But this guy said I missed it every day, and I knew that wasn't true.
No, that's not true.
Sometimes I get excited about the win, and it just slips my mind.
That's fine.
Guy direct messaged me to let me know that we were all chipmunk sounding and stuff was going on, and I go, on the app or on the radio? And he said the radio, and I'm like, okay, maybe that's just your radio.
Yeah, it's weird because if that's the case, it won't just be one guy that will tell us. And we also have people listening in the building. They come running down in the building. So I appreciate your heads up. I mean, the guy was trying to do the nice thing by giving us a heads up, but it's probably your radio.
I don't take anything serious unless I've heard it from 10 people.
Yeah.
Because that's just the way it goes. You know what I mean? And that's not blowing you off. That's saying that if it really did happen, we would hear about it from a lot of people. So if one person calls and says, you didn't do the rule, I'm putting it on that guy.
The one day we went off the air, but we were on the app for like a week. I was getting messages saying,
Yeah.
we can hear you.
I was getting messages days after it.
Yeah.
You know, like
Jennifer called to tell me about the poop that day.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to check in with Galvin. He has today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
I heard a parody song yesterday.
Oh, no. Were you in a time machine?
It was on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
And it was pretty simple and it was pretty dumb, but I can't get the chorus out of my head. Actually, I don't even remember what the chorus is. It was Safety Dance, but it was JD Vance.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, there was nothing about it that was good. I'm not going to play it. But I could not stop walking around in the house going, JD Vance, JD Vance, everybody look at your hands, JD Vance, JD Vance. And now I'm only bringing it up because they're keep promoting that he's coming up on Fox News.
I love the JD Vance memes of his face.
Oh, my, the big puffy, the big fat headed
There's one who's a garbage pail kid.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah. That's the internet for you. All right. So did you see the Two Bears 5K map is out?
Oh, no. Is it what I said?
I don't know, Galvin. It looks like it looks like it's going to run up towards Hillsborough Avenue, cross over, and then come back, probably up down Dale Mabry. I don't know. Himes, across. It's shaped in the Porosos bottle. So it seems like that's the route. I'm trying to figure out how to back out of it.
Why?
No, I'm kidding. I'm in. I'm kidding.
No, you're not.
I'm in. I'm 100% in. A couple hours of my day.
Where is the map?
I don't know. I saw it on social media yesterday. Maybe they didn't put it up on the website
I see it.
yet.
Yeah. It is a shape of a bottle.
Yeah. It looks like you're going to go up Himes, go down to Hillsborough, cross over, get back on Dale Mabry, and come back that way, or something in that vein. I'm not 100% sure.
No, I think you got April Fools.
Oh, really?
I don't think. Yeah, there's no way this is right.
Oh, I didn't really. I just kind of glanced at it.
I
saw
where are you
Seminole
seeing
Heights.
it, Gio?
It's on their
Two
Facebook
Bears 5K
page.
Instagram.
Oh, on the Facebook.
Yeah, it's.
I got April
somebody-
Fools.
Somebody may have ran that
I mean,
and did it. You know what I mean?
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
I thought that they were putting that out so that people who are virtually running it can put it in their thing. That's what I thought it said when I saw it.
No, that's a difficult route to do that.
Oh,
What it looks like and stuff. So yeah, and if you have that many people, that's gonna be difficult to do. But there's a lot of people that do that, like kind of I don't know whether they call it artwork or not, but they'll do different like logos
Right.
or they'll do different stuff or write something to their girlfriend or husband.
Yeah,
Or,
so
It's
they,
a promo for the app
Yeah.
that does that for the running app.
for the
that
Strava?
tracks
Strava,
your- Yeah.
okay.
yeah, because this has it running through like Seminole Heights and downtown.
Oh, I'm not doing that. But I got to tell you, nothing scared me more than when Bert said there was going to be stairs. That really got when he said we're going to run through the stadium, we're going to go up the stairs. I was like,
Yeah.
stairs? But no stairs.
yeah, I don't think
No,
that's-
we're outside.
Usually not no stairs in the 5K.
Stairs. No stairs. I'm there. I'll be there, walking briskly.
But
whole
will you
thing.
Be running.
I'll be there for the whole thing. Listen, when I was a kid, I walked 10 miles. So I could walk 5 miles now as an adult, or 3.5 miles rather.
You can't. Jelly Roll's bigger than you. You can't let him just be jogging and you're walking.
Jelly Roll is not going to jog. If he wants to jog side by side, I'll out jog Jelly Roll.
I've seen videos of
Oh,
him.
really?
I've seen him do the shuffle. too.
Really?
He shuffles for 7 seconds and they shut the cameras off and then he walks.
He's putting out videos of training like
Oh,
nonstop.
just because I'm not putting the videos out doesn't mean I'm not
All
training.
right, I'm just saying you can't let him. You're just walking along and Jelly Roll's running.
Oh, I do a lot of.
It's a bad look.
I'm on the treadmill. I walked outside the other day. Jelly Roll won't pass me by.
All right.
I almost ate McDonald's last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not doing that.
Galvin, what do we have in news?
This just in, Jelly Roll is going to run. President Donald Trump's move to impose sweeping tariffs on U.S. imports on allies and rivals alike sparked threats of retaliation, intensifying a global trade war that threatens to stoke inflation and raising fears of recession. The penalties announced on Wednesday unleashed turbulence across world markets and drew
You can do this. You can do it, Galvin.
condemnation
Galvin.
from the leaders facing the end of an era of trade liberal. Yeah, you got me thinking about Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
That has stopped the global order for decades. Trump said he would impose a 10% baseline tariff on all imports to the United States and higher duties on some countries' biggest trading partners. According to Fitch Ratings, the effective U.S. import rate has shot up 22% under Trump from just 2.5% in 2024, reaching levels last seen around 1910.
Wow. I still don't quite understand it. I watched 10 different people try to explain it. I don't understand. It's going to be good for us. It's going to be bad for us. Other countries are mad at us. It's going to be passed down to the buyer instead of the manufacturer. I don't know. I know it's killing the markets, and I know that's not, people aren't very confident in it right now. But he's signing away and having Liberation Day and being super happy. So who knows?
See what happens.
I think eventually Congress steps in and they just squash all this.
Really?
Once they start seeing that they might get voted out, like at midterms, I think they'll all vote this out.
What if it has a dramatic turn and it starts showing immediate impact? We start seeing.
You got to hope that's what the case is,
Right? But what if it starts working? It would be amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'd be amazing, and then all these people who are like, all right, maybe you'd be surprised how bad somebody is until your eggs only cost $2. Then you're like, well, all right. I mean, he looks weird, but he's not so bad.
Everybody that I see says this is a bad idea.
Everybody.
And I don't know. I've tried to learn as much as I can about it, but I don't know enough.
Right.
But everybody.
Well, we don't know. We can't tell the future either.
Right.
So
yeah.
Here's the thing. I know what you're saying. Everybody says it's a bad thing, but also, we've never done this before.
Yeah.
So we've done a lot of the same stuff and nothing ever changes. So I'm not opposed to trying out and seeing what else I could do.
I got to imagine this is why you vote for Trump, because he's going to try stuff that's never been done before.
Yeah.
I guess that's what,
Whether it's good or bad.
Well, and that's the thing that I said the other day is we're still trillions and trillions of dollars in debt. You know what I mean? Like the same thing isn't working.
Yeah.
Whether this works or not is yet to be seen, but it's something different.
Just got an alert. Apple down 7%.
Yeah.
Just now.
I think eventually Congress is going to step in. Like the president can't just unilaterally just raise prices across the whole country. Like he doesn't have that power. So
but he's not really doing that.
It's like when he signs these tariffs,
right.
It's like there's suggestions of the plan he wants implemented.
Yeah.
So eventually, if it's backfiring on him, I think then Congress steps in, but then they have to defect from Trump, which is a whole thing.
And he probably has already planned for that, where they step in and they do that, and he goes, "They never gave it a chance."
Right. So
always an out.
I don't know. It'd be very, very interesting to see how this all plays out and whether or not we're all broken like a year.
I think we all realize we live in Florida, and Florida is not the safest place sometimes. Deputies.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Between migrants and alligators and drunk drivers, wrong way drivers,
and that everybody has a gun.
Everybody has a gun.
I saw a wrong way driver like a couple nights ago.
Really?
Right here, coming off of Lutz Lake Fern Road. Like they turned off Lutz Lake Fern Road and they went on the left side of 41. And it was dark. I go, oh my gosh. And I don't think they just didn't realize that they were not in a turn lane.
Jesus.
And then I saw them realize the cars were coming at them and they swerved off into the ditch. I was like, holy hell.
There's nothing scarier than seeing headlights coming at you.
Deputies arrested a man who they say pointed a gun at two men and threatened them during a road rage incident in Polk County on Friday. The Polk County Sheriff's Office said Camden Davis, who was 22 years old, was driving a white Mercedes-Benz on State Road 37 around 2 p.m. The Mercedes then passed a work truck, brake checking it. Polk County Sheriff's Office said that the vehicle passed again. Davis pointed a handgun at the two men in the truck and yelled, quote, "I'm going to blow your brains out," before speeding away.
Can't do that.
However, The truck's dash cam captured the incident. While at Davis's home in Mulberry, he told detectives that the truck cut him off, so he honked his horn. The detectives then showed Davis a still shot of a photo taken from the dash cam video, which shows him pointing a gun out the window.
Whoops.
Yeah, the police said Davis then admitted that he was the armed man in the photo.
Oh,
Davis,
then he admitted.
Yeah, Davis
Oh
was.
yeah, no wait, maybe that was me.
Did I honk my horn or did I point my gun and say I'm going to blow your brains out?
I was doing something.
There was something there. Davis was arrested, and a black Taurus pistol was recovered from his home. He was charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
I saw the picture of him. He's got the gun out the window.
It's on TV. Yeah,
he's like very obvious that he's holding a gun out the window.
But there's a couple things. Everybody has a gun. Everybody has a dash cam. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of dash cams out there. They're gonna see you pointing your gun out the window.
Dash cam, great to have.
Oh
great.
yeah,
I mean,
for
really.
sure. Especially for any kind of insurance, any accidents or anything like that. Yeah, and there's people that do stuff. They'll go and pull in front of you and just brake check you and get hit and be like, "Yep, you hit me from behind." Yeah, I have a dash cam,
and they're not expensive, really.
Yeah.
No, you can get a good dash cam for cheap. The gun thing, it's so tempting to pull that gun out. And tell somebody you want to blow their brains out if they're being a douchebag or if they're brake checking you, whatever it is. But you can't do that. I mean, you're threatening somebody with a deadly weapon, and you can't do that.
You ever see the video of the guy who, I don't know what happens, but the dash cam is on him. So like, do you see him driving and stuff, and he's eating like a burger and stuff, and then something happens, and he just reaches down, and goes, and starts shooting through his own windshield, and then just sits it back down like he's eating his burger and just drives and looks around. I'm like,
people are nuts.
Just
man.
Casually shooting through your own windshield.
People are insane.
That's why I'm not confronting anybody in traffic. I'm not flipping the bird. I'm not doing nothing.
I used to be. There's nothing you can do. I'm in my car. There's nothing you can do to me. So I'd give him the, oh no, what are you gonna do? This and that. But now, yeah, bang, bang, bang.
Nope.
Yeah.
I don't like a lot of times now. The only thing that makes me mad is people who are texting and driving slow. Like if you're behind somebody and they're swerving and driving slow, and you pull up next to them and they're just on it, I'll give them a little honk of the horn as I pass them by.
If you're going to be texting and driving, you need to be speeding up.
Yeah, you do it right.
I occasionally will get up next to him and give him the the swerve over.
Swerve at you.
Yeah, which is not good. You shouldn't do that.
Bang, 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 bang.
I just swerved at him. 2 men from Illinois have filed a class action lawsuit against OnlyFans after having the realization that messages they were receiving as a result of their subscriptions may not have actually come from their favorite sex workers.
Well, hold on. As an OnlyFans member, I mean, not a member, a customer,
okay.
I kind of agree with this.
Okay.
If I'm paying, and in part of my paying, it says that I can directly message the person, and I'm not.
You can.
No. It says that I could talk to those people,
like a chat,
right? Have a chat with those people, and I'm chatting with somebody else or a bot or something. That's not right.
That's different, though. I believe.
No,
that's different than this.
No, this is. I'm telling you, this is the thing. One of the things that people are enticed by with OnlyFans, besides pictures, is that you can have a conversation with the model that you're doing.
Right, which maybe you can, I mean, if you have a model that has, 1.4 million subscriptions and stuff, do you think you're really chatting with her at any point, whatever? But what I'm saying is this may have actually been like email correspondence them shooting stuff to you're a member. So they're like, hey, Frank, come and check me out today at 2, she's not writing that. And OnlyFans has made that clear.
Right. Obviously, there's going to be.
So what this boils down to, roughly translated, the lawsuit appears to be saying the fact that the contract is on a different web page than the TOS, thus requires users to click from one page to another, is unreasonable. And, of course, the lingo that they use, just like your iPhone or any other contract. We don't know what. Then they make it so convoluted that you have no idea.
If I'm expected to talk to my horse, I want it to be my horse.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be some.
I'm sure
bot.
there's a fine print though. They say that it's not necessary. It might not be.
Yeah, I don't know, but if you are a person that thinks that you're talking to the actual girl, unless you're paying a certain amount for the chat,
But that is what they offer.
Yeah.
No. But I'm saying, like, if you think that she's saying, "Hey, Frank, come see me at 2," and it's like, "Oh, Gloria told me to come see her at 2."
I think I'm having a problem with Bailey. She's not happy anymore.
Oh, no.
Good morning. How are you? Hello.
Yeah.
You didn't say. Do you press a button or what are you doing?
I'm not really sure. I think I'm gonna ring her up.
Yeah, I'm sure it's her. I'm sure it's the super expensive artificial intelligence. Oh,
Morning, huh? Well, here we are. I'm as thrilled as ever.
That sounds like Carmen.
How are
Hi, Bailey. How are you?
Bailey, huh? Well, isn't that just delightful? I'm fine, or whatever. What's your deal?
you made her angry.
No, I didn't make her. It's a thing. I don't know. I think after a while, she just gets annoyed. I don't like judging.
Yeah, I know.
Great.
On the Twitter version, the Grok version, you can pick the mood you want them to be in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like how you want them to respond. Like,
why would you ever pick a bad mood?
well, because you can do like you want them to be angry at you or just like
I get what you're saying.
you can do
Why do guys pay for women to beat them up?
Yeah,
Right.
sure.
You know, why do guys pay for OnlyFans to get a response from the actual girl?
I've never chatted with an OnlyFans girl ever.
Very.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
Oh.
Thank you. It's somebody who had.
I've never murdered a baby.
All right.
Ever.
Nice.
Oh,
Calvin,
Very
good
nice.
job.
Fantastic.
All right.
Are we just going around saying things?
No, I
about
was saying as an OnlyFans customer, I've never chatted with anybody. It's pertinent to what we were talking about. I've never attempted to reach out through.
Why not?
I don't want to have relationships with these people. I just wanted to see them naked.
I don't know. You seem to get pretty upset whenever I brought up this thing, and you said, "Yeah, that's not fair. If you pay for it, you're supposed to be able to talk
Can
to
I
her."
tell you?
Talk to her.
Can I tell you why? Because I do on our show account follow a lot of those girls, like OnlyFans girls, and they're constantly flooding my inbox, not my inbox, but like stories and stuff. With I'm gonna be on live in 5 minutes. Come talk to me, and you're paying for that to go talk to them. So if you're somebody who is like, I want to go talk to this girl, but I'm not really talking to her, and I'm getting charged for it, I think that's wrong. You know, I've never done it. Just saying.
How many girls do you have now? In your life?
None. I canceled them all. I swear to God. You can audit my account if you would like.
I thought your wife found one a couple days ago that said OnlyFans on the account.
It was
Right.
the one. It was the one girl that I asked her if I could join, and I forgot to cancel it. And I went back in and I canceled it.
That's what
'Cause
they want
it's-
you.
Yeah.
It's not like sneaky, right? Like it's not like it doesn't come up as it comes up as
No, it says OnlyFans. Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't come up as something else.
No, it says OnlyFans. Plain as you can look at a month's worth of charges and you just see that OnlyFans sticks out among all the other ones.
It's all
Yeah.
big and bold.
Yeah.
and-
And
The other ones are in regular type, and this one's got the logo and
Yeah.
everything.
When my wife opened the bill and she just turned and held it up and looked at me, I
Oh.
saw it sticking out. I go, I know what that means.
$12.99 it
Yeah,
says.
yeah, I think it was around that range.
How's your guys' hydration?
Good.
I don't know.
Could be better.
Yeah, it probably always can be better.
Yeah. How much water are you drinking on a daily basis?
Um,
Like water, not there's water in my coffee, there's
Right.
water in my tea, there's water
about 4 of those little bottles.
for the regular 12
Zephyr
ounce or
Hills
whatever.
bottles, yeah.
I drink about 2 to 3 Stanleys.
Yeah, I don't do that.
I'm
Gio?
peeing all the time.
Probably like 32 ounces.
Joe?
I'm constantly drinking one of these, so all day.
Yeah, but you're drinking the same one all day?
Well, I'm refilling it,
Oh, okay.
so I probably go through 4 or 5 of them.
I'm very hydrated.
Yeah.
I almost exclusively drink water all the time,
Yeah.
and a lot of it.
Yeah. Why do you ask?
In a new survey, 87% of Americans think they're getting enough hydration in the morning is important. And yet 34% say they usually don't drink water until after 3 p.m.
Oh, really?
That
Yeah.
is Chad all day. He doesn't start his day until he has a cup of coffee. and then from there, you know what I mean?
But
You
that's
may
me
have,
too. I can't drink anything in the morning until I have the coffee, and then once I settle in, then it becomes mostly like Galvin for the rest of the day. It's water.
It's one of the first things I do in the morning. I take a drink of water.
First thing I do is drink the glass of water that I brought to bed with me.
Yeah, I keep my Stanley or my Yeti or whatever it is right next to my bed on my nightstand, whatever, and I drink throughout the night, and then I drink in the morning. I drink before I go to bed. Yeah, I always drink.
I heard JP saying that he didn't use that hydration bottle anymore. What is that thing called? Not hydrogen. The hydrogen bottle. Yeah, hydrogen infuser.
Yeah,
I stopped using it too.
Yeah,
there's no difference in anything. I don't feel anything any different.
Didn't we all say that when you first bought the
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
$50 water bottle.
It was supposed to change the world, and nothing changed.
But also, how were you using it? You know what I mean? Were you like, I used it on Wednesday and then forgot?
No, I used it for a while, and I would pour my bottles of water into that thing.
He had
a little button.
It was in here like every day for a week or two.
Did nothing.
Sucker.
I'm going to sell it at my yard sale for $1.
Did you think that was going to make you run the 5K?
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought I'd be a billionaire and the whole thing.
I finished the whole bottle and didn't feel like running.
No, the whole selling thing was immediately you could feel all the changes, and I didn't feel nothing. And I heard JP say the same thing. You didn't feel nothing.
Yeah, well,
suckers. You put the bubbles in your water.
A poll on bathroom emergencies found the worst bathroom options are. What would you say? Worst bathroom options?
What do you mean? Like
where you have to go? You're like, okay, I don't want to go.
Gas station.
Yeah, gas station's bad.
That is in there, Carmen.
I would say portalette.
Porta potty, number one.
Porta potty is number one because in addition to having to sit in what is probably a gross environment, even if you're the first one in, how do you not sit there just thinking something's going to crawl up your ass?
Yeah.
That's the entire time I would be sitting there thinking something. There's a hole underneath me. Something's in there.
And it's Florida, and it's always like hot and just
It's Florida, and you think there's gators in there or something. Like who knows what snakes?
I don't think, to my knowledge, I've never pooped in a porta potty.
I don't think I have either.
No.
I don't think I've had the.
Did not even like at Livestock where I was there for 3 days. We had our own bathrooms there.
That may have been the time that I did.
You did?
I had no choice.
Porta potty bad, gas station bathroom bad. They say toilets at public parks.
Oh yeah,
they're out there. Don't get a lot.
There's no AC.
Yeah,
There's
there's just like a sweat box.
I also don't think there's people coming by and cleaning them constantly. You know, there's probably it's a once a week deal, if that. Restrooms at concerts, they say.
Oh yeah,
and then toilets on buses or trains.
Oh,
how about though the best ones?
Oh, I know what the best ones are.
What?
At concerts, like at the at whatchamacallit, the amphitheater, if you're in VIP and they have those.
Yeah, but even that, you don't want to crap at a concert.
Oh, you don't want to crap, but if you have to, they're nice.
No, I'm talking about like when you have the option. If you're driving down the street and you're like, oh God, I gotta go. What first choice?
Hotel lobby.
Hotel.
Yeah.
Hotel over fast food.
Hotel lobby, great. CVS, great.
No. CVS, you got to walk through a group of people.
Yeah.
You got to sometimes ask where the bathroom is. You got to go through that door that's through the other door.
No problem.
I know. That's why Love Tiger's been crapping there for the last 10 years.
I'm telling you right now that there is the one on the corner right over here, Van Dyke and Dale Mabry, and whatever it is, CVS or Walgreens, whatever it is. If I'm leaving here and I have to go before I go run, I go there. I don't think anybody's ever walked in while I was in there.
Do you see what kind of guy he is?
Yeah, what?
He will not crap in my house. He's not kind enough to go crap somewhere else.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What a gentle soul.
I've never gone here ever.
That is an absolute lie. I've walked in after you.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. There's no way.
I don't believe you.
I've never gone here ever.
I don't believe that.
No, you're talking about the other guy. He was like every.
Oh, he was the
5-6 times a show.
Spanish was the mad crapper.
Yeah, I've never gone here ever.
Is that a side effect of anything?
I don't know.
Constant craps?
Oh, I don't know.
The multiple. That's something.
But
I don't.
What was
Yeah.
that?
What was
even? You know.
What was really going on?
Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
Joe knows.
Listen, if I gotta go, I gotta go. But
Joe went in your house yesterday.
That's right.
Thank
wait,
you, Joe.
in the house?
Yep.
No,
Did he make it to the
floor.
bathroom?
But he was in there for a long time.
When Joe goes, it's like one of the little rabbit pellets. It's not a big deal.
Gross.
Doesn't stink or anything.
Thank you, Michael.
That you should do out in the yard.
Yeah, that would be nice. Do a little fertilization. Mike Calta Show.
Good morning.
Hello.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Good morning.
Good morning.
She's back.
Did Carmen find the puzzle piece that she was missing?
That's a good question, Carmen. Did you find your puzzle piece?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you thought you knew exactly where it was.
I know, and then when I went and I got the piece, and I was very upset when I figured, No, I did not find it.
Sorry, ma'am, she did not find it.
I know everyone's been hanging on the edge of their seat for that.
Well, I'm sure clearly that woman was. I don't think that was the same woman.
Good morning.
Mike Calta Show, hello.
Hey, Mike, I just wanted to make a quick comment on the tariffs.
Yes.
So I'm a flooring business contractor and distributor. I've been in this a long time. These tariffs have never been good, but this particular round we're getting notices we've never seen before, and I don't think it's going to be a good thing. I think it's going to be a real damaging thing.
Would you explain that to me, sir? What do you mean you're getting notices? What are you getting from your manufacturers? From
yes.
who? Okay.
Yes, from the manufacturers, and the tariffs are all over the place. But the big challenge is what customers don't realize: you're paying the tariff. The tariff gets added to the price for anything that we bring in because we're not going to pay the tariff.
Right. That was the question on whether or not it was going to fall on the business
Absolutely.
or whether it was going to be passed down to the consumer, which seems business-wise that would make the most sense.
It is, and it's happened before because distributors have been doing this. The only time it didn't really affect the economy as much is right after COVID because everybody and their brother decided to do all kinds of work to their house. So the tariffs that were in place didn't hurt it. But I'll tell you something really interesting. Last week, one of the main manufacturers in America that's been trying to make product that the Asian population has been pretty much making for a long, long time, got arrested. And it is owned by an Asian. You can look it up. It's called Wellmade, WELLMADE, in Georgia. They got arrested by the FBI, and they were arrested because they were using basically, kind of slave labor that they brought from other countries. They're putting 12 people in a house. They weren't paying them right. Conditions were wrong, all to try to compete, making the product in America.
Yeah.
And the reality is the only way they can compete is to do that because the American wages it would be so cost ineffective, and to invest hundreds of billions of dollars to make the manufacturing plants to do what they've already perfected doing is very difficult to do. That's why there's such an issue with it.
So how worried about your business are you for the future now?
We had a really good 3-year run after COVID, and it settled down last year. In 24, it was off. We're seeing the same thing in 25. This is not going to be helpful. So in our world, we've been around a long time, and we've made our investments, so everything we have is paid for.
Right.
But for these young guys and girls that are in the business now, paying high rents and high overheads to run this company, there's going to be a lot of people falling off. There's no question about it.
I appreciate the insight, man. Good luck to you. Thank you for the call.
All right, good. Thanks, buddy.
All right. I talked to Pete the other day, and Pete's in the car business, and this is affecting him as well. He's got car parts.
A lot of car parts, yeah. They were saying, some of the stuff we don't have the infrastructure, because one of the articles I was reading was about computer chips. Like, most of these computer chips are made outside of the country.
Sure.
And for those to be built in U.S., the infrastructure, you'd have to build the factories. Then you have to employ the people and get them up to speed how to do that. And they were saying that would take years before you'd even be able to produce it in America.
So even if these tariffs are imposed, Lord knows how long they can keep going, because we're going to be suffering at our own actions.
It could be, but maybe that, in the long term, it is beneficial. I don't know.
We'll find out.
I try to figure it out as much as I can. But.
Today is National Burrito Day.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to celebrate that.
So this is interesting. A man in California named Dwayne Roberts invented the frozen burrito back in 1956. It was beef and bean burrito that you could take, and it would be deep fried at drive-ins throughout America. So if you were like on a road trip or whatever, you throw some frozen burritos in a cooler, and then you stop, and they could deep fry them for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess that was the idea of it, the original thing.
I love a good frozen burrito.
Yeah.
I used to eat a lot of those back in the day.
I gotta
Bean
tell
burritos?
you know what you do? Get bean burrito, whatever frozen burrito you have, and then put a little sour cream and salsa on top of it.
Yeah.
And maybe a little extra cheese too. Yeah, it's great.
When I was
Makes it
broke,
so
I'd
much
buy, I'd go to the store, you buy like a dozen of them.
Oh, yeah.
It cost like $8.
Right?
Like almost everything now, like this is my life hack now. Whenever I make any type of meat or something like that, if I have leftover and it's about to go bad, instead of throwing it out, I wrap it up in a burrito and freeze it. and then I just always have some random burrito.
I love that Carmen has emergency burritos at one point. At any point, an emergency burrito.
Stuff with just random stuff.
Yeah.
But like that's like one time I made like buffalo chicken, so I made buffalo chicken burritos, and then one time I made
Some cereal in there.
Yeah.
no, but like basically meat. Like I made what is the Korean barbecue bulgogi beef?
Bulgogi.
Bulgogi is how you say it. Okay,
Bukkake.
No.
Oh, yeah.
That
Bulgogi.
bukkake is
Yeah.
different. Bukkake is different.
but I made like Korean barbecue beef, and then like that, I needed to throw it out. But I made like Korean barbecue burritos. Delicious.
Yeah.
I have been on a burrito kick lately.
Nice.
So I use ground turkey. I love ground turkey. And then I get just a little can of tomato sauce and do that. And then the taco seasoning. And then I just add all the, tomatoes and lettuce.
Now I'm just hungry.
And all that different stuff.
Yeah.
So good.
I mean, I'll go for a taco over a burrito, but burritos are
What?
pretty damn
but
good.
the only thing really that is bad in that meal that I'm having is a tortilla.
Yeah.
And
you
depending on which one you get,
Right,
like
you
they
can get
make
the,
good ones.
You can get the low carb ones.
the
and
corn
this stuff.
tortillas also are less,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Corn
but they're-
tortillas are better,
They're harder to handle though.
Yeah, they
You
rip
know.
apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
they're
I
better.
not
like
a
a
fan
good
of a corn
7-Eleven burrito late at night.
Yeah,
you
those
know?
are good.
I don't think
Those are good.
those are never
They're
good.
going to put some
Starving.
tariffs on that for sure. How about this? Jean-Claude Van Damme has been accused by Romanian authorities of having sex with 5 women that they say he knew were victims of sex trafficking.
But how does he know?
They
How do
say,
you know?
They say they know that he knew. We know that you know that they know that you are. Yeah, he has yet to comment on it, so we'll see.
John, have you ever talked to him?
Jean-Claude Van Damme? No.
Yeah, I interviewed him. He is the weirdest. He is the weirdest guy. So he used to date this bodybuilder, this girl,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't remember her name. She was very popular, and I can't remember her name. And he dated her, and she came out and said that he had AIDS.
Oh.
And this was probably like in 97 or 98. And I go, you dated this girl, and he's like, yes, not a good relationship. She's a little
He's
bit
not Russian.
crazy. He did talk like that though. That he didn't. He talked like
Brussels,
he was Drago. Yeah, I know, but he talked like Russian. And then I said, well, she came out and said that you have AIDS, and he's like, yes. She says lots of crazy things, and blah, blah, but never denied it. Never said no. We just said that she was nuts.
Gladys Portuguese.
Yes, Portuguese.
Portuguese. Yeah.
Yep.
I saw a picture of him the other day when the story came out, and I was surprised how old he looks.
Sure.
Like his face looks
Gotta
weird.
be in his late 60s.
Yeah.
Right?
Now, who is he?
He was he was an action star. He was like a karate guy.
Okay.
He was the muscles from Brussels.
Okay.
He could do those weird. He could do those full splits.
Yeah.
Well, I only know his name because he's mentioned in a Friends episode by Phoebe.
Yeah, he's shooting a movie too. There's the one where he's shooting a movie and he asked out Monica, I think, or
Rachel asked him out for Monica.
yeah.
It's whatever. But anyway, he's in a couple. He's mentioned and in a Friends episode. So I was just like, who is that?
Yeah. He was pretty big in the 80s. It was, like when people talk about Chuck Norris, he was like the next Chuck Norris.
Okay, gotcha.
That doesn't mean anything to you either, does it?
I know Chuck Norris.
Okay, all right. Well, he was like Chuck Norris. He was in that realm of bad action movies.
Gotcha.
That we all love to watch.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
I didn't. Yeah, I'm not gonna go watch them. Just so you
No,
know.
If you were gonna watch one, which one would you watch, Calvin?
If I was gonna watch what?
One Van Damme movie.
One Van Damme movie? It's the one where the
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport.
Yeah, Bloodsport.
Bloodsport. There's no other. I don't even.
But
I
what do
couldn't even
they
think of
what do
it
they
now.
call that?
The Kumite.
Kumite. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. Yeah.
Chung Li.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good
makes
movie.
his big boobies bounce.
Yeah, it's him. It's him and Ogre. From,
Ogre, yeah. Revenge of the Nerds.
Nerds. Weird
By
combo.
the way, Jean-Claude Van Damme is 64 years old.
Yeah.
All right.
64, yeah, because he does in one of the movies, he does the dancing, whatever, and they just showed him recently doing the dance, and he's still weird.
Yeah. It looks like he's had work on his face.
Yeah,
It's like got that Joan Rivers pulled back look.
Ugh. Just be old.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand. It always looks weird. This is a perfect example of sometimes take the deal. Like whenever people offer you stuff, I'm sure people have come to you and said, hey, you're very successful in radio. Would you like to try and do this? We want to do this, whatever.
Right.
You know, there's certain things that different actors and celebrities get where they're like, we should do this with you. Aerosmith has made more from their royalties from Guitar Hero than any of their albums.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. They did have an Aerosmith Guitar Hero game. The whole game was their thing. That's amazing.
Yeah, but think about that. There's so many things that I'm sure Aerosmith was offered and they turned down.
Yeah.
This easily could have been one of them. What do you want? A video game? No. But, the foresight to go, hey, this may be something, and to make that much money off of something.
And that didn't seem like it didn't last very long either.
But it's also something, the albums they've been doing their entire life. That was their entire career, was we're putting out albums, going concerts, doing that stuff, whatever. Then this comes along, small little thing, small window, like you said.
5 years.
Whenever it happened and stuff. And they've made more from the royalties off of Guitar Hero.
They may have not even known about it. Could have just been their management. Like, we went ahead and licensed this to... for the video game.
Yeah.
And they're, wait a minute, what's all this money coming in?
Guitar Hero was a great idea. It was a fun game. It was a great idea.
So much fun.
And they probably made so much money on having to sell the instruments and all that stuff. Their rock band. And
they had a Metallica version too that came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I think they did quite a few different ones.
Yeah.
Whatever, but then they had the different songs in there from, whenever it was whatever artist, but then it was specifically Aerosmith or specifically
and they were in the
Metallica.
game. Like they would show them up on stage. And same thing, Slash was in there, and I think Metallica. That was so much fun to play.
It's weird because it is not like playing guitar or playing drums.
No.
Because whenever I tried to play it, I go, this is wrong. Like this.
They did it with Rush. Remember Rush sat down, Neil Peart sat at the drum thing and tried to play along with Rock Band. They couldn't do it.
Yeah, because it was not designed by people who actually play.
Well, it was designed to make it a lot easier. You weren't playing notes and chords. You were just catching up like Simon.
But if you knew how to play guitar, it's weird for you to play Guitar Hero because it's like you have to can't do alternate picking or whatever it was. I forget what it was, but I was like, well, this is weird.
But it feels like you're playing guitar when you're playing the game.
Yeah.
But the thing that was really interesting, obviously they've come so long with all the different technology, and I had got my son this when he was younger, I forget what it was called, but it was a video game where you plugged an actual guitar in.
Yes.
And
I remember that.
Reverb.
I don't remember what it was called.
Whatever.
But use your real instruments.
Yeah, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it helped make you learn chords and you'd score and do the different stuff. I also saw a lot of people that took their electronic drums and hooked it up to Rock Band.
Oh,
so that it worked out that way. Yeah. It was pretty interesting. This seems sad, and this seems like, Sharon Osbourne is kind of nuts. Sharon Osbourne is already thinking about an Ozzy hologram. The guy's not even dead yet.
Oh.
Quote, you can do incredible things now. So you could do in 5 years what you can do in 5 years will be even better. You never know what the opportunities are.
What?
She can't wait for him to die so she can just start selling off body parts.
Remember they did the Dio tour with the hologram Dio.
I wouldn't
it was awful.
I wouldn't call it a tour.
Well, yeah, but I mean they had a couple
they
shows.
Tried to. Yeah.
Nothing has been better than the one with Tupac. Remember the Tupac hologram was great.
That was like mind blowing because that was the first time you'd really saw that.
Yeah,
and man, it was something.
And you couldn't figure out was it from a performance before or what? It was amazing. To watch.
Was all CGI created.
Yeah, and now it's got. I mean, that was 10 years ago. It's got to be amazing now.
But the fact that they had him talking to the crowd, and then like Snoop was on stage, he was talking to Snoop.
You don't have anything about the Masked Singer, do you?
I do.
Oh, good. Okay.
Actually, next.
No.
But real quick, speaking of CGI, you know what I watched yesterday, and we watched it together in the theater? Flash. Flash was a good movie.
I thought Flash was great.
I thought Flash was a good movie, and I thought, you didn't go, I don't think.
Flash was with Batman, and where he goes back through time.
Superman's cousin, the girl.
Yeah. I thought it was great.
I've seen that many times.
But did you go with us to the theater, or I think you had to do something?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't think you.
But
I love that movie.
But I think that was the one where they really explained the multiverse
Right.
very well. They made it so
Exactly.
you knew what people meant if you're not a comic book nerd.
Yeah, that's exactly my point, Carmen. Yeah, it was that they explained it very well. Because, I don't know all the different stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing.
Yeah.
But also, it was cool the way they kept on going back and forth and doing the stuff. And then the different people and Eric Stoltz in Back to the Future and all the different
That was great. The Clooney stuff was great.
It was Clooney. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
And Michael Keaton was fantastic. The girl Superman, though, too much CGI with her. Whenever they were doing it, and I don't think I realized it the first time, but whenever like she's first meeting them and doing stuff, you're like, oh well, that's totally fake. Like that looks weird. Like I don't know why they don't just film the person doing stuff.
That was supposed to spawn off a whole new Batman series with Michael Keaton, and then the whole thing got scrapped.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so many. This James Gunn DCU says that Michael Keaton is coming back.
That'd be great.
Then you also have the simultaneous Pattinson one that's going that they're still waiting for the second one.
Yeah, because now they're trying to reboot everything with the new Superman movie.
The other thing is the kid that played the Flash that had so many problems. And all
Ezra
these
Miller.
things going on. He did a great job.
He was great.
Yeah.
He did a great job of playing.
And they even made fun of the fact about him having
He's just
HR problems.
Yeah,
Right.
such a weirdo. And,
But like he did a great job, and it was even like him playing both parts was great too.
yeah. It's a good movie.
I thought it was good. Yeah. Yes, Mike, I do have
Oh,
something
boy.
about the Masked Singer.
My wife was so upset.
Unmasked last night. What was he, a Muffin Man?
He was a stud muffin.
Stud Muffin.
Jeez.
Was none other than Method Man from Wu-Tang.
My wife was texting me. So we watched it a couple of weeks ago, and somebody said, that might be Method Man from one of the clues. And then you could tell by the way his mannerisms were that it probably was Method Man, and my wife refused to believe it. She said, there's no way that gangster is coming out here and being the stud muffin. And last night she texted me and she goes, they're about to take the goddamn muffin off his head. If it's Medicine Man, Method
Medicine
Man.
Man.
I'm going to be so upset. And sure enough, it was.
Yeah, that's got to be rough. I mean, like, I don't want Robert Plant to ever be on there. You know
But
what I mean?
she goes, imagine if Eddie Vedder was on. You'd be like, what a clown. And I go, oh, Richie Sambora was on.
But it's crazy. Like they're on like what season 18 or something like that. Like
It's crazy popular. That gets huge
Yeah.
ratings.
Here's the thing, though. And I say this every time we talk about this stupid show. It's not that it's a bad idea. I don't even mind seeing Method Man on there and everything because you can kind of guess who it is and play along and look for clues and then listen to the voice. But when they pull off that thing and it's somebody nobody's ever seen before,
yeah.
and you're like, oh, from Real Housewives 1, the third lady that nobody remembers, and they're like, hey, Shirley, and they all pretend they know who she is, and the crowd
Can't
goes
believe
crazy.
that they got her.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Or worse is when they're like, I'm gonna guess, and I'm gonna say, I mean, judging by the sound of it, this is probably Chapel Roan. Really, a girl who's in the
Yeah.
height of her success right
Yeah.
now, doing tours, is gonna come on out there and be the Masked Singer.
So the problem is like that's a double-edged sword for them because you have to do it to start the show off because you don't have money. But because you did that, you're not going to be able to get the A-list celebrities.
But you don't
that
want
you
A-list
want.
celebrities. The whole idea of the show is to dig out old B and C-list celebrities and be like, oh, remember this guy? Like Van Damme would have been perfect for that show.
Right.
Somebody like that is what that show should be about. But then they're pulling like, oh, remember this girl? I'll
got
never forget
kidnapped.
the girl that got kidnapped.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my god, it's kidnapped victim, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good to see you. No, I would never know who that was.
But then they also have the obligation of being on Fox, so they get Gronk and they
Yeah.
get Terry Bradshaw
Yeah,
and the different people, and you're like, come on.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of Richie Sambora, in a new interview with the Magnificent Others with Billy Corgan, former Bon Jovi guitarist Richie Sambora confirmed that he was unhappy the way he was portrayed in Hulu's Thank You, Good Night, the Bon Jovi story, the first ever docuseries that the band's history where they had full cooperation from all past and present members of Bon Jovi. Richie said about the day of his interview for the docuseries was filmed. He said, look, I was out of the band at that point for about 12 years. I was actually doing a songwriting clinic at Abbey Road with these young songwriters. And they said, would you sit for a half hour? I said, all right. You guys go and get on that. He said, I walked into the studio, got a little makeup, and even didn't even know what the premise of the thing was. He said, I hadn't been in the band. It seemed like a lifetime. So I was trying to be funny, and the questions that were coming at me were unintelligent and did not demand any depth of answer. So I said, cut.
Well, listen, that's one of the things I don't understand. He still says he'll go back and sing with the band if the opportunity comes up. He's not mad at anybody. It had nothing to do with money, but they all don't like him. They all don't like John. And John is the boss, and that happens sometimes where you don't like the boss, and it's his band and his way of doing things. And I was reading that article that you're talking about, and he says that later in the band, he said John always wanted to be in a band that was kind of like Springsteen, where he was out front, or Rick Springfield, where he was out front with the band behind him,
right?
And the band didn't want to do that. The band wanted to be part of the thing, and he said after a while it just became about John, so he was like, all right, I'm out.
Well, and I could understand that because it's Richie who is a big part of the songwriting process
and singing
and doing that stuff. And if John is like, but John is the face of it.
Yeah,
it's Bon Jovi.
Right.
His name is John Bon Jovi.
Right, but that's why I'm not mad at anybody. So the other guy was like, all right, I'm done. And just quit. And isn't walking around talking bad about them. It's like, no, I join them every once in a while, and I made plenty of money. I'm happy. I just didn't want to be there anymore. Plus, he also was married to Heather Locklear, who lost her mind and was going crazy, and they had a daughter. And he was like, I got to go take care of my daughter because my ex-wife is losing her mind.
Yeah, because Richie doesn't seem to have any hard feelings against anybody because I saw him jamming with Phil X.
Yeah,
he went up and did a thing with Phil X, and it's like the guy who replaced him.
Right.
You know, you'd think he'd be like, no, screw this guy. He was out there jamming with him and having a good time.
He left. He didn't get fired. He didn't quit because he left because he was done, and that's it. And I think that after 30 years on the road or 40 years, whatever it is, on the road doing that stuff and partying and drinking and playing, you're like, after a while, you just have had enough.
Yeah,
you know.
Bruce Springsteen will release a project called Tracks to the Lost Albums today. The singer announced on social media.
Tracks to the Lost Albums.
Tracks to the Lost Albums. That's the name of it. No further information was provided, but the first volume of Tracks was a 4 CD.
Oh, Tracks number 2.
Yeah, 66 song collection of unreleased material from across his career that was issued in 1998. The video that was on social media that accompanied the thing shows studio paperwork dated from 1993. The sessions for Oscar-winning songs Streets of Philadelphia and 1997, and include the tagline, what was lost has now been found.
Oh, well, there you go. If you're a big Springsteen fan, I wonder if he's going to mention New Jersey.
Maybe.
I wonder if there'll be a lot of this. Count us back in.
This is pretty wild. The cause of death of the son of former Yankees star Brett Gardner. Do you know what it is?
I heard carbon monoxide poisoning, but
did you hear how?
No.
Staying at a hotel, and he was adjacent to the machine room, and the carbon monoxide got into his room.
For the elevator or something? Oh, my God.
Yeah, the different stuff. Yeah, can you imagine that?
Is that?
Ugh.
How do they not have an alarm for that?
You would think.
Yeah.
How did it not happen to somebody before?
I don't know.
You know?
Yeah. Wow. That's
it may have over time got worse, you know, and that.
And I think you can't smell it either. There's
no.
That's
that kid's 14 years old.
And there could have been other people that got sick and didn't realize, you know, but didn't die. But yeah, he may have had something, or just being 14 may have done.
If you're the parent, I don't know how you even comprehend that, because you think I could have done something.
No, you don't. Yeah, you can't do it. And then you gotta wonder. Like, I joke around about killing my wife and all that stuff, but I wonder if it would be easier to lose my wife than it would be to lose one of the kids.
I
know that's something morbid to think about, but
I think so.
I mean, I don't know that I could ever go on with things. I just don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. How do you do the show?
Can't. I don't think I'd ever be funny again. I don't think I'd laugh at anything anymore.
And then also, it puts all of us in a weird state because, like, you know, I bring up a story about a kid, and then I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, he lost his kid.
Do you remember Don and Mike? Don Geronimo and Mike Romero? So they were on out of DC, I believe, and they used to be on 10:10 a.m. here before I ever worked there. And I used to listen to the replay of their show, or I don't know, I'd listen to them. And I really liked them. They were similar to us. They were just a group of people talking about funny stuff, and they had a good. Anyway, his wife would call the show every once in a while, and he had a son, and this guy loved his wife, and she died in a car accident. Oof. And I mean, I remember hearing about it and being devastated because I felt like I knew who she was because she had been on the show, and then this guy had to go back on the radio and be the funny guy.
Oh.
And he took some time off, and then he came back and he said, listen, I'm going to come back. I'm going to come in the studio, and I'm going to do the first show or the first hour, and I'm going to do it alone in the studio. And I would imagine that's probably the only way he could pull it off, because he's going to be crying his face off and got to get through it, got to get one out of the way before he can get back to normal. And I listened to that show, and it was tough to listen to, but that was one of the hardest things I've ever heard on the radio, because I can't see you going back to a normal life after that.
Yeah.
Trying to do this show every day. I talked about the other day about how, you and Jenny could be fighting. I don't know what you guys do in your private life, and you have to come in here and be in a good mood when you just had a blowout fight with her.
Yeah.
And then just come in here and be like, pretend nothing happened. It's a tough.
Sure.
Tough to try and be funny when everything else is falling around.
How about this? We're seeing history. While the Capitals were on a 5-on-3 power play, Alex Ovechkin blasted an 89-mile-per-hour one-timer from the top of the left circle past the Hurricanes goaltender. That was Ovechkin's 892nd career goal, bringing him within two
right?
of tying Wayne Gretzky's high watermark of 894, and 3 away from solely owning the NHL goals record.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that we'd see that in our lifetime.
Yeah, no kidding.
We're saying he's pretty good.
It's so funny to see Ovechkin now compared to, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. But, he takes the helmet off. He's all gray hair and stuff. And you're like, whoa, Ovechkin's so old.
What's his deal now? Do you think he plays to break these records, or do you think he's still loving it?
No, I mean, he's still playing at such a high level and playing so well and stuff.
He's still loving playing every day?
Who knows? Yeah, you got to think if he breaks the record this year, which is definitely possible, is this his last year?
Right.
Does he go, I beat the record, I'm done now? Or does he play another year? Who knows?
But look at guys like Yager. Yager was still playing in his 50s in Germany or wherever he was living. It just to play.
It wasn't even the NHL. Yeah,
No,
he's just playing over another. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. Speaking of hockey, the Lightning are away tonight. They take on the Senators tonight at 7 p.m. You can hear that right here on 102.5 The Bone. Kelly Clarkson allegedly wants to leave her talk show next year after her contract with NBC expires. A source says that her 2 kids are her priority, and she wants to spend more time in the South.
I'll tell you, I think that would be my my dream job. Midday talk show.
Yeah?
Yeah, because what you don't realize is that they have everything done for them. They're just, they're obviously bringing their own personality to it, but they have writers.
Right.
They have producers for each segment. They have, you have an interview on. They have questions for you. Basically, you're just a talking head.
Show up.
Yeah. Well, it's just show up. What are we doing today? Okay, here's the rundown. Here's what we're going to do. And, you have your producer over there that's keeping you on time and letting you know what's coming up next. And
Hear your questions.
Yeah, everything.
Just to put it in perspective, for this show, we talk for the equivalent of 4 hours and change every morning. It's a 5-hour show, but we talk, a 4-hour show. So we talk 3.5 hours of talk time. And Gio will send me 10, 15 news stories of things that are going on with some links on it. But that's pretty much it. Galvin does his own news research. I do my own stuff. You do your own stuff. And then we come in here, and people always say to me sometimes, like, who does the script for your script? Are you kidding me? There's no sitting here going, all right, here's how it's going to be laid out in the first segment. Obviously we have Sporcle in the morning and we do news at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. But for the most part, we're just winging it, not winging it, but we have a plan, but it's not like where in TV where they go, okay, from 12 to 12:03, we're going to do this. From 12:03 to 12:07, we're going to, and they have everything down to the minute. And, I know from when Harry Connick Jr. had his show and the Stengels were running that show that they're also checking ratings by the minute. And that's got to be, that's so
wild.
stressful. Yeah.
I got to tell you, I saw a video clip the other day of Cardi B was on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
And they did the wheel of thing, whatever. All right, you got to use this word and this one, basement and paradox and this and everything. She's all, I have to do, oh my God, blah, blah. If you don't think they already know what they're doing with the rapping and stuff, people are like, that's why I love Cardi B. She can go on the fly and this, that. That was written 3 weeks ago.
It was
morons.
Submitted. It was approved. It was planned. Nobody
Get
does
out
that.
of here.
I do love on Jimmy Fallon when they go out of their way to do cool stuff. Like when they do the concerts with the little kid toys.
Yeah.
and the Roots. And when they do those sort of things, like I feel like they put some effort into those sort of things.
Yeah, and Jimmy Fallon's cracked the code. Like he figured it out that if we do these things and put them up on Instagram and we put them up on the internet, whatever, that gets them way more than anything else.
Right.
You know what
I
I mean?
haven't watched the Tonight Show in forever, but I know what's going on.
Exactly. Yeah.
What a gig.
Oh, yeah.
He's probably going to ride that out for as long as he possibly can, too.
And he's such a great, because he's funny.
Yeah.
Like Jimmy Fallon is funny. He's very cheesy and very corporate Jimmy type thing, whatever. But that's exactly what they want.
Yeah, he's doing the right thing.
And he's making a ton of money, and it's not heavy lifting. And it's like he's like the perfect guy for that.
Super likable. Nobody really. I mean, for a while there, he was having like all the drinking problems. But he was just like going out to bars,
messed up his finger,
and getting wasted with like just random people.
Yeah, but like then you look at Jimmy Kimmel, and you're like, this crybaby, this trying to shove politics down her face. Jimmy
He's
Fallon,
so Hollywood. Jimmy Kimmel is.
He didn't start out that way though.
No, not
the show started out as
girls
probably
and trampolines.
Well, I mean, like when he was doing the Jimmy Kimmel show, it started out as probably the best out of all the nighttime shows.
It was a funny show, and he did a lot of good stuff. And you know,
but then they say to you, "Do you want Tom Cruise on the show, or do you want to do girls and trampolines?"
Right.
You know, they you want to be. You want to be in with the Hollywood crowd, or do you want? You know, he's right there on Hollywood Boulevard. He's in the middle of it all.
So he's running with those circles all the time. Anyways,
those circles.
Yeah. But Jimmy Fallon did apologize for messing up Donald Trump's hair and having him on and stuff.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
that? And it was like, ugh, come on,
let it go. Like
it's wild. It's wild.
Well, if you're voting for somebody based on what Jimmy Fallon's voting for, you're in a bad situation.
People are for sure. Finally, in news, if you are at a restaurant, Mike Calta.
Yes.
You and your wife go out to a restaurant, and you know you're coming home afterwards. You're not going anywhere else or whatever. And you get a meal, and you eat, half your steak or something. Are you taking stuff home?
It depends on what it is and how much it is.
Yeah.
Like I went to Frankie's Chop House not too long ago and ate so much in the appetizer that by the time my steak came, I ate like 2 bites of the steak. So I took the whole steak home.
Okay.
But for the most part, like if I go to Chili's, I'm not taking anything home.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I mean, like,
Gio?
I never have leftovers.
No leftovers. Don't have to worry about that. Carmen, I imagine you're taking it home and making burritos out of it later on.
Yes. I take everything home.
Joe, what about you?
Yeah, so I always take something home.
Yeah, I think it depends on what the situation is. If I'm going directly home and there's, like you said, it depends on what it is. I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll take that, whatever. If you're going out after, my wife will be like, oh, I'll get a box. And I go, we're going to be at a concert for 3 hours.
Yeah.
You think this is going to stay in my car?
Right.
At Joe's birthday is espresso.
Yeah.
There was a ton of food left over, and I didn't want to carry the meatballs around the casino.
The casino, yeah.
But I wanted to take the meatballs.
I wanted to take those home so bad.
My wife's birthday, we had it catered by Chaina, and there was a bunch of risotto and stuff left over. I lived on risotto for the next week. I was happy to take that home, man. I was like, that was so good. But like leftovers, is that a big deal? Does anybody think that's a big deal if somebody takes leftovers?
No.
12% of Americans say they don't take food home from a restaurant when they don't finish their meal. 51% say they definitely are saving it and taking it home.
I just think it's a matter of what it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's a certain food's not going to carry over. You're not taking spaghetti home.
Yeah, because
sushi.
What?
Spaghetti's the best to
Yes.
take home.
All right, maybe that was a bad example.
Really, any pasta is good.
I think breakfast, like eggs or like pancakes, those are something that you really can't take home.
No.
Yeah.
No, but you're like, also, it's hard. You don't want to waste sushi, but it's hard to eat sushi after it's been in the refrigerator.
Also, like half a burger and fries, you're like, it's going to be all soggy and gross. And
Stuff has to travel well.
With the air fryer now, it's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Like chicken wings. If they only eat like half the chicken wings, I'll take the rest.
Chicken
home.
wings, totally fine.
come
Travel well.
I'm so hungry right now.
That's the big thing. It's how it travels.
Yeah.
How it travels for sure. Well, there you go. That is it for news.
We talk about food way too much.
Yeah, you were just trying to make us hungry with
Hey,
that.
man.
Like
Hey.
too much.
People like to hear about food. I don't know what to tell
Burritos,
ya.
pizza, fast food guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm about to go warm up my breakfast.
Walk-On's is bringing food tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love walk-on.
Are you
I'm
out there, Carmen?
I'm going to be there on Saturday.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'll get food then.
Carmen, get the chicken bomber sandwich.
You know what,
which one you at?
Gio? So I am going to be at the one in Midtown
Oh, that's a good one.
this time. Yeah. So last week, I was at the other one. This Saturday, I'm going to be at the one in Midtown from, they changed the time on me, 5 to 7,
Okay.
I think.
All right.
Yeah. They've changed the time like 3 times on me.
All right. Well, they'll be in tomorrow to drop off some food here. So,
Do you know what they're bringing?
I don't. I don't have any prior knowledge.
Are you going to be able to eat any of it?
Probably not. No.
Yes.
It'll be one of those days where they have to put everything out in the hall, so I don't have to see it.
I'll be taking some leftovers.
I'm sure you will, Joe. Sure you will. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, Cody Tucker is going to join us live. You can follow him on Instagram at the Cody Tucker Show, and we'll talk to him next on 102.5 The Bone. We go right now to Texas and welcome our friend Cody Tucker to the show. Cody, how are you, buddy?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Cody, we had a tough one yesterday. We lost Val Kilmer.
Man, I was, that wrecked me pretty bad.
I'm gonna tell you something super gay. I watched Extra yesterday. Extra,
right?
And boy, that Billy Bush guy is vomitous, man. I mean, just why it made everything about it makes me want to puke. But they did show Tom Cruise talking about Val Kilmer, and then they showed the scenes from Top Gun Maverick with the two of them, and I gotta tell you, I got a little teary-eyed. I felt bad. I liked Val. He was good. And then as tribute, though, I watched Tombstone last night for the 900th time before I went to bed.
Nice.
Yeah. Wearing my Tombstone shirt.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah. If you haven't had a chance, watch Val. His documentary.
It was amazing. I was trying to explain to my wife how rare that was. The documentary, Val Kilmer had a video camera before people were recreationally videoing things. Like we have it now with the cell phone, we all have video cameras in our hand. He had one back in the 80s. So he has all the behind-the-scenes footage of Top Gun and all his other movies.
What a great person to have that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. He was documenting everything from when he was young, and you get these rare behind-the-scenes look, and the documentary itself is great. Very likable. I heard for a while that he was difficult to work with, but nobody seemed to, certainly not in his death, nobody seems to talk about that. They said that he was a wonderful guy.
I think he was probably just a bit of a perfectionist, which you can't really fault someone for that. But I've heard a lot of stories about him being a pretty good guy. Like he passed up, he got the part of Soda Pop in Outsiders.
Oh yeah,
before Rob Lowe, and the reason he didn't take it is because he was doing like this real small theater, gig, and he found out if he took the job, then they would all lose their jobs.
Oh wow!
So he said no, which would have been like his big break.
Yeah,
and he said no, I won't do it. What
a handsome dude he was too.
Oh
yeah. There is nothing better than I Tombstone itself is kind of cheesy, and it's a great movie. I love it. I watch it all the time, and it's a little cheese, but Kurt Russell's great in it, but Val Kilmer is just, he transcends the entire movie. I mean, his character, his Doc Holliday is so much more than that movie is, and I'm good just watching those parts.
And do we know, was the Dennis Quaid one after? Or
after.
After?
Yeah,
like,
after it was 94.
How do you do that as Dennis Quaid? Do you just go, well, I'm not doing it? Like, he already did it.
Tombstone was about a post life for Wyatt Earp.
I'm saying even playing Doc Holliday after Val Kilmer.
It's hard to top that.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's one where you're just like, oh crap, I already signed the contract.
Yeah. Well, it was Costner anyway, right? So Costner always good with the westerns and stuff. Anyway, the other thing, Cody, is we are exactly 1 week away from Calta Cruise 18. I know you're very excited about that.
Congratulations.
People, our audience loves the fact that you're so anti-cruise. I don't know why, but they absolutely love it.
He's anti-Florida.
Anti-moving.
Well, just anti-travel, leaving where I'm comfortable.
I got you.
I'm very turtle-like, They tend to stay in their shell,
Yeah.
That's why they go slow. They're always at their home,
I am a man who owns a tortoise, so I understand. I often relate to my tortoise Ralphie as he just sits in the backyard in the one sunspot that comes in from behind the building, eats when he wants, poops wherever he wants, and I think that is the life.
Story of my life.
Yeah. All right, we got Cody Tucker. You can find him on Instagram and on YouTube at the Cody Tucker Show. What do you got for us this week?
So I don't know if any of y'all are big comic book fans.
We like it. We like the movies.
Okay. So you might not know about this then. So in 1988, DC Comics, major comic book company, created a short-lived comic book series called The New Guardians. This group of superheroes were meant to showcase the lesser represented groups in our society. One of those heroes was an Inuit man whose superpower was, and I'm not even joking, bringing out the best in people. That was a superpower. Craziest of all was a flamboyantly gay Peruvian magician named Extraño. His arch nemesis was a villain named the Hemogoblin, who was responsible for giving Extraño HIV.
Oh!
And their villain, their big, arch nemesis, was a fellow named Snowflame, who would give himself superhuman strength and speed when attacking the New Guardians. The way he gave himself these abilities was by snorting massive amounts of cocaine. His catchphrase.
I would watch this movie.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
His catchphrase was literally, "Cocaine is my god."
Oh, wow. How did that fly?
Not well.
Yeah.
It lasted, I think, for about 4 or 5 issues, and they were like, "Oh, we can't do this."
I have in my garage a bunch of boxes from when I've moved of books. For some reason, I can never throw away books. I feel like that's so I'm just saving them. But I was going through them, and one of the ones that I have is I have the DC Encyclopedia and the Marvel Encyclopedia. And like I remember when Guardians of the Galaxy came out, I didn't know who Drax was or any of those guys. So I had to run to the Marvel Encyclopedia and look him up. But I'm going to go look up Cocaine Guy and see if I can find him in my DC.
Snowflame.
Hemoglobin.
Hemogoblin is that's the funniest thing. And there was also a Japanese fella whose body was made out of electronics, which is hilarious. But,
all right, what else you got?
So I got one completely different type of thing. So in 2013, there was a 77-year-old man named Jim Walpole walking outside of his hotel in Toronto. While walking outside, he tripped, fell into the scaffolding, which sliced through his neck and caused massive bleeding.
Oh.
Another man saw it happen and quickly applied pressure to Walpole's neck to stop the bleeding. The man told him, "Don't worry, the Canadian medical system is excellent." The paramedics came and Walpole recovered thanks to that random man's quick thinking and fast actions. That man was the actor John Malkovich.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, John Malkovich saved a fellow's life.
Would you, if you saw a guy take it in the jugular, would you stop and apply pressure to his throat?
Of course.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Well, we've talked about this before. Like Galvin, it would said like if I'm driving home and I see a car accident, I have to stop and see if I can help. Galvin's like, no way, I'm going.
No.
You said no way.
No. You're talking about jumping into a river to save someone.
No. I'm not getting wet.
No, but that's what you were talking about. You were talking about situations like that. Depending if somebody got
if you saw a car spin out and it was on fire and there was somebody inside it, would you try to get them out?
If it's on fire?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
You either?
I mean, what do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing?
Trying to get them out before it explodes.
Right.
But if not, then I'm just sitting there and watching them burn to death?
No, but it's a car that is on fire that has been in a wreck. Now, do you think you're going to be able to open that door? Do you think you're going to be able to smash the window? Like, how are you getting into
I don't know, but I feel like if I don't put some effort into it, then I will have to live with that for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm. And then your kids are like, remember when Dad tried to save a stranger and died? They both died because Dad wanted to be a hero?
No, I don't want to be a hero. I think it's just it's your duty, your duty to fellow man.
I am absolutely helping people within reason.
Okay, so you watch a car spin out, it catches fire, and you just go, just son of a bitch.
That's unfortunate.
It's a thing. Not gonna
I'd probably pour a bottle of, pour some water on it or something.
See out there with a bottle of Zephyr Hills.
Just to try.
Yeah.
I'm not risking my life like that.
All right.
You only get one. I mean,
I don't know that I'd risk my life, but I'd feel like I'd go over there and at least try something. At least say I tried.
I'm calling 911.
Oh, for sure.
For
sure.
Definitely calling. Yeah, definitely calling the fuzz.
Trained professionals.
What do you got coming up on the Cody Tucker Show? I saw Asian porn star, I think, last week.
Last week was that was last week, and then this week, a couple days ago, that was I had a Xzibit.
Oh, that's what it was. Xzibit from the rapper.
Xzibit. Yes. Yep.
Well,
I'm
now,
the rapper.
how'd that go?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
Very nice guy. Fun conversation. Yeah. It was a good time.
How do you come across Xzibit? I don't. Sometimes I love when, like, if you said to me, pick somebody that Cody would never talk to, I'd say Xzibit.
Yeah. I mean, he's followed me on Instagram, and I was like, well, I might as well just reach out and see if he would want to be on. And surprisingly enough, he said yes.
Was he Pimp My Ride?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good show. I liked Pimp My Ride.
I don't know whether you got into it or not, Cody, but I heard like those cars never ran properly. Like they, did all that stuff, but it was always like some sort of major problem with the cars.
Yeah, well, we actually didn't even talk about Pimp My Ride, which was, I should have, but yeah, I've a lot of those cars got stolen.
Yeah,
these are like people living in just horrible neighborhoods, and now suddenly there's this like crazy nice car,
$300,000 Cadillac with a bowling alley in the trunk. Yeah.
Come outside the next day and it's gone.
That's so funny.
Surprise.
Yeah. All right, Cody. Well, thank you. If you want to follow Cody, you can find him on Instagram at the Cody Tucker Show, also on YouTube. And what do you got coming up?
It's just I don't know. I think I'm going to do a couple solo episodes.
Okay.
I haven't done those in a long time. Just talk about what's going on in the world.
People always ask me all the time, "Hey, I like that Cody Tucker guy. How'd you guys get him on the show?" And it's kind of like him with Xzibit. I was a fan of his on Instagram and loved that he did these little stories where he gave you a little bit of history. Some of it was entertainment, some of it was historical stuff, and I just found him very interesting. And you can do the same thing. Go follow him on Instagram, and you'll enjoy it, and you'll see a lot more than we get to do with the two quick ones on this show here. But Cody, great to check in with you. We'll talk to you. Actually, we won't talk to you next week because we will be off because we're leaving for the cruise. But we'll catch up the week. I'll send you a postcard from the Bahamas, and then we'll be back the following week.
And he never heard from us again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Best of luck. Best of luck to you.
Yeah. Thanks, brother. Take it easy,
problem.
Cody.
You have a good one.
See ya. Oh man, I used to watch Pimp My Ride all the time, but I never wanted any of those cars.
No.
At the end of it, I was like, no. Except every once in a while, they'd have a car with a bunch of TVs in it. I always thought it was kind of cool.
I remember them doing that where they had like the trunk open and it had a big TV with the Xbox and all that stuff, which I was never into, but I was like, oh, that'd be cool for somebody tailgating. And
at the time, though, you didn't have iPads and phones and stuff. So the fact that you had PlayStation in the backseat of the car was like, whoa.
Do you know that I have in the Sprinter, when you open the back, like where your luggage would go, there is a 55-inch TV back there. I've never turned it on once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I guess it's for tailgating. It's like a big sound system and a TV. I'm not a tailgater. I've never done that stuff before.
Yeah.
Nothing was, I'm telling you right now, I miss it. I don't wish I still had it, but I miss it. My Hummer it just had everything, every comfort of home in there, everything except a full urinal. It had in that thing.
I've been seeing more and more of the electric Hummers out on the road.
Have you?
Yeah.
They don't do it for me.
Yeah.
I thought it was a cool idea at first, but I'm so glad I didn't waste my money on it.
They definitely look new and futuristic, though, because you see them and they stand out a little bit, and you're like, oh, cool. Huh?
Did Pete still have? He had one for a minute.
Pete had one. Of course, he sold it.
Yeah, I checked that out when he had it. It's awesome.
Yeah, I drove Pete's on Christmas during the break for a little bit to see if I really loved it, and I didn't.
No, not the same thing.
It was cool, but I really loved mine because I spent years putting it together and getting it to where I wanted to be, having that iPad built in the dashboard and all those things. And it was just so like it was great. If we were driving and there was a Bucks game on, I could just put the Bucks game on, or the kids wanted to watch something, or music. Everything played through. It was just a cool vehicle. And now I love my truck, but the problem is I'm swapping out vehicles so often I can't do anything to them.
You can't watch the Bucks game while you're driving anymore.
Yeah.
It certainly takes away from my recreational activity.
Didn't the dude that bought it try to sell it back to you?
No, this is so funny you said this because I found the pictures yesterday. The dude that bought it from me severely burned his feet. He spilled a boiling water on his feet and burnt it down to the nubs. And I think as a result of that, he wasn't working, so he was interested in selling the Hummer. But I, completely lowballed him on the set buy it for like $5,000, or $10,000 maybe. I don't know. But I
said, "Listen, hot shoe, I'll give you a."
You ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't even think that I could if I wanted to. I don't have the room. I don't have the place to put it. I have to park it at Pete's.
Seemed like you were fixing it a lot towards the end.
Well, we replaced Stingray Chevrolet replaced the transmission and the engine twice.
Right.
So, it got to be too expensive. I liked the idea of just having that big truck. Just go ahead, go say it, because I have a small wiener, okay? That's what you wanted to say? I know you were thinking. No, I hit a lady one time, and I was pulling out of the Starbucks drive-thru, and I had to pull forward a little to see if the traffic was coming, and she came pulling up, and I just tapped her on the side, and she got so mad she told me I had a small penis. That's why I had a big truck.
Big truck,
I get it.
Yeah. You get it.
And then you showed her, and she confirmed, or
Yeah. She
Said I told you.
mediocre at best. 800-771-1025 are the phone numbers if you want to be a part of the show. Galvin,
Yes.
we have tickets to give away to see Tom Segura.
Okay.
How can we do that?
Hmm.
Let's play a game.
Okay.
We could play Baby's Daddy. We could play Google Feud. We could play Carmen Sense. We could play
We can
Who's
go old
Tweet.
school. We haven't played for a while. Who's tweet?
I mean, we haven't done it in a long time.
I can rummage up some tweets.
All right, let's do that. We'll play Who's Tweet round. I got a couple of things to give away, so depending on how long it takes, maybe we'll play 1 or 2 rounds. But I know I have 1 pair of tickets to see Tom Segura. Those tickets go on sale tomorrow. His show is happening September 20th, 8 p.m. at Ruth Eckerd Hall. Ruth Eckerd Hall is about 2,200 seats compared to Amalie Arena, which is 17,000, which Tom Segura sold out before. So I'd imagine if you're somebody who wants to go see Tom at Ruth Eckerd Hall, you will buy your tickets immediately when they go on sale tomorrow because it will sell out very quickly. So with that being said, I will take a break and we'll give away those Segura tickets next on 102.5 The Bone. Oh, Jesus. I have tickets to give away to see Tom Segura. They go on sale tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. at rutheckerdhall.com. There's one show, Saturday, September 20th, 8 p.m. Happens to be my birthday. I would like to be there for this show. If you would like to go, you should play this game with us. It's called Who's Tweet. Here we go.
Let the tweeting begin. It's time to play Who's Tweets Anyway on the Mike Calta Show.
All right, Galvin, what do we have for Whose Tweet is it?
All right, I'm going to read a tweet from somebody who is on the Bone on air staff. You guys try and figure it out. First one to get to 3 is going to win a prize for somebody on the phone line.
Can I interrupt for 1 second and go back to a conversation we had last week? We talked
last week. It was over. Move on.
No. It pertains to today. We talked about farting in the studio and how my farts don't smell. I have been blasting farts all morning.
We know.
Blasting them.
Yes.
But you don't smell them.
Yes.
Lies. You're
Yes,
lying.
I'm
You're
not
lying.
lying.
You smell it.
Yes.
You're supposed to tell me when you smell it.
Well, I'm trying to be polite.
Don't be. Point and go stinky.
I heard Joe fart out here outside
Hearing
the door
it
during the
and
break.
smelling it are
Outside.
two different things. Hearing it and smelling it, 2 different things.
All right.
I haven't smelled a thing, Michael.
Thank
I
you,
just want
Joe.
to know.
Closest to my butt. Closest to my butt. All right.
Yeah,
what-
because he's kissing it.
Yeah.
No.
We know.
No argument. Yeah.
Right?
Carmen,
Yeah, okay.
I don't watch you on. I don't watch Bone TV while we're doing the show,
Right.
but I understand you're very flamboyant with your gestures when you talk.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. Am I?
Yeah, I don't think it's
Oh.
bad.
I don't know. I don't. Usually, I'm talking here. Usually, the biggest complaint I get is that I look at the camera.
That's good.
But well, I mean, that's because I'm in a room by myself.
Right.
So I'm looking at the camera, so I can look at you while I talk to you. But
Yeah.
you guys don't look at your cameras. You guys look at each other.
I'm looking at you right now.
Right, but that is the biggest complaint that I get. Carmen, stop looking at the camera. I don't know if you guys know this. You guys want me to look at the ceiling while I talk to them?
I
Yeah,
think
why
you
is that a
should look at
complaint?
the-
That sounds
look
dumb.
at the camera. That's
Well, again, if you go back and you watch somebody else's show, it's weird when they're looking in the camera, talking to the camera. It does look weird. You know what I mean? I don't know. To me, when I go back and I look at it and I see myself and I'm looking it because it looks like I'm looking at myself.
But it seems that makes the most sense because you're talking to us.
Right, but again, people don't understand because I'm in a different room. That's the reason why I'm looking at the camera. But to them, they think that I'm just looking at myself.
I notice that I look at the TVs up there a lot.
So do I.
Whenever you're talking, whenever
Yeah.
I'll be like this, I'll be listening to you, but I look up because I'm,
Yeah, you're thinking and kind of. Yeah. All right. Anyway.
I'm looking right now, and I think when you look at the camera, it looks natural. I don't know.
I think so.
Take your shirt off and see what happens. No?
But okay, but so who said I was being flamboyant? Because I haven't flipped you off today or anything.
No, not today. Not today.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll
Listen, Carmen, if I'm paying for it, look at the camera.
Yeah. And it better be you that I'm talking
You know what
to.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, here we go with your first tweet. This is a picture of this person holding some snow caps. You know the candy snow caps?
Of course.
And it said, "What's better? Nothing." And that has a little smiley face with the tongue out.
Done.
Done.
Carmen's done. Gio's done.
Oh, wait.
Gio might be changing.
Yeah, changed.
Oh, Carmen might be pooping. I don't know.
Wait, what?
Done.
Mike is done. Joe, you in this?
Yes, I am.
All right. Well, you got paper or anything? I mean, come on, guy. Get
Oh,
with it.
come on.
What was the phone number again, Joe?
I'll get back.
Are you done? Do you have it locked in?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't
I'm
know
done.
why.
Does he know how this goes?
I don't know why I included it.
You should not have.
All right. Joe is locked in, so we'll let him lock in. Mike Calta, I'll start with you.
I wasn't
tweet is
really
that?
sure. I didn't know, but there was an emoji attached to it, so I went Monica.
You said Monica.
Yeah.
All right. Gio, who did you go with, or who did you start with? Who did you change to, or did you change?
I thought maybe Monica, and then I switched to Mo.
You switched to Mo.
I almost went to Mo too.
Shortened it from Monica to Mo. Carmen, who do you think that tweet is?
I was thinking Dizzy.
You say Dizzy.
Yeah.
All right. And Joe, who you got, buddy?
I have Monica.
You said Monica. Joe and Mike both get a point. That was Monica.
Yeah.
Gio, always go with your first instinct.
I know.
Yeah.
Damn it.
She can only eat 4 snow caps before she's full.
She actually uses them to get up on the counter. She stacks them and then she jumps up on them. Yep, that's how it works. All right, this next one says stump grinding can be a landscaping service or amputee porn. That's the best I can do this morning.
That's pretty bad.
That is really bad.
All right. Who's making some bad jokes then? That's what you got to figure out.
Done.
Mike Kelta's done.
Done.
Carmen's done. Joe's done.
I'm done.
Gio's done. Joe, I'm going to start with you.
All right.
Whose tweet is that?
I'm going with Johnny Beatis.
You said it's Johnny B. All right. Carmen, what do you got?
Terrible joke. Terrible Mo.
Oh. Mike Calta, what do you think?
Mo is terrible, but that's Dizzy.
You said it's Dizzy. And Gio?
I think it's Johnny B.
No points. Drew Garabo with the terrible joke.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's the best thing you can do this morning.
That's the best he could do. Wow. All right. Next one says, "Oh, how I've missed your madness, March. Thanks for bringing it back." Basketball emoji, smiley face, hands clapping.
Done.
Done.
Armin's done. Gio's done.
Done.
Mike's done.
Done.
Pap's done. Carmen, who do you think it is?
Emojica.
You said it's Monica. Gio, what do you got?
Oh, that's Monica.
You said it's Monica. Pap, what do you think?
I went Johnny B again.
You say Johnny B. Mike Kelta.
I went Mike Olivero.
Gio and Carmen just tied it up. That was Monica. Everybody currently has 1 point. Your next tweet is this one. It says, anyone who uses the call feature on social media apps should be placed on a watch list.
I read this. Who was that?
That's the whole game.
I know. I remember reading it.
All right.
Done.
I'll be honest with you. We may have used this before.
No, I remember reading it.
Yeah.
Gio is done.
Done.
Carmen's done.
Done.
I need a second.
Pap is done. Mike Kelta is thinking.
All right, I'm done.
Going back. You see the tweet.
I'm done. I'm
What's the name up in the front? All right. Mike Kelta, I'll start with you. Whose tweet is it?
I said Drew Garabo.
You said it's Drew. Gio, who you got?
That's freeloader. Dizzy.
You said it's Dizzy. Oh, he's the freeloader now. No longer Joe. By the way, I saw a shirt that said freeloader, and I'm like, I should get that
You
for Joe.
definitely should get that.
You say Dizzy. All
Yes.
right. Joe, who you got?
Also Dizzy.
You say Dizzy as well. Carmen, what do you think?
I figured majority of the people on the station are too old to know what that feature is. I said Dizzy.
Aw.
So we got 3 Dizzy and whatever Mike said that was wrong. It was Dizzy. You guys all got a point. Very nice. Everybody has 2. Mike Kelta has 1. Your next tweet says, This has a picture of John Cena hugging somebody in the ring and looking like all evil because he's a heel now, I guess, right? And it
Don't
says,
pretend you don't know.
"This is how I look at my boo thang's friend after they begged her not to take me back, but she did."
Done.
Mike Calta's done.
One more time.
"This is how I look at my boo thang's friend after they begged her not to take me back, but she did." Mike Calta's done.
Done.
Still done.
Done.
Gio's done.
Done.
Carmen's done.
Done.
And Pap's done. Pap, you could win it all right here. Who you got?
No way.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
I'm going with John Senning.
You said it's John Senning. All right. Gio, the champ, could win it right here. Who you got?
Dizzy.
You said it's Dizzy. Carmen, you could win it all right here. Who do you think it is?
Boo thing has to be Dizzy.
You said it's Dizzy. Mike Calta, you could tie it up.
I also used the boo thing theory, and I said Dizzy as well.
You said Dizzy as well. Mike Calta and Joe, you're out. We have a tie between Carmen and Gio. That was Dizzy.
Hold on a second.
All right.
Carmen, pick a line.
Oh, okay. Line 2.
Good morning. Who's this?
Hi, this is Roy.
Roy. Carmen is playing for you. All right. I'm going to put you on hold. Gio, pick a line.
Line 6.
Line 6. Good morning. Who's this?
Donald.
Donald?
Yep.
Yeah, not a lot of Donalds.
No,
not a lot of Donalds anymore.
Donald, never has been.
Yep. Gio is playing for you, Don. I'm going to put you on hold.
Before Richie Strong.
All right.
Yeah. NPR.
Line 2 and line 6. Carmen and Gio. Donald and the other person. One person will win tickets to see Tom Segura. The other person will be a big fat loser.
Here we go. Your next tweet. This has a tweet from Saturday Night Live that has the sketch of Shane Gillis, couple of beers. And then the quote on it, the person that tweeted it out, says, "Best SNL skit in 10 years, easy." Whose tweet is that?
Done.
Done.
You're out.
Done.
Carmen's done. Gio's done. Carmen, ladies first. Who you got?
He thinks he's a director. That is Mo.
Interesting.
Gio made a face.
Could win it all right here.
Or you could
Dumb
lose
face.
I also said Mo.
You both said Mo. Neither one of you are right. That finally, Joe, was John Senning. That was John Senning.
All right.
All
Moving
right.
to the next round.
Your next one has a video of this person's backyard. And it's a fence with a cat, an orange cat on top. And then there's kind of a blackish brown cat, and it's hanging from the fence. And it says, Hakuna Matata. Whose tweet is that?
Done.
Oh, no. Why are you done so fast?
Carmen's done.
Damn it. Done.
A confident done. Gio is done. Carmen, I'm going to start with you again. Whose tweet is that?
That is Corey Cardinal.
Corey Cardinal. Gio likes that guess.
No.
He doesn't like it because he thinks maybe you're right. But Gio wrote down
Johnny B.
Johnny B.
Damn it.
Neither of you are right. That was John Senning. You're still alive.
Going
You're
OT.
still alive. You're still alive. All right. Your next tweet is this one. It has a picture of this person's legs in those air sock things that you do for recovery. You know what I'm talking about?
Done.
And it says, "Sup, Saturday?" It's a question mark.
Done.
Carmen's done.
Oh, no.
Come on. Hurry up. Let's go, Gio.
Oh, my God.
We're up against the clock. Let's go.
Pressure.
Done.
Pressure. All right. This time I'm going to start with Gio.
No shit. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
what?
Wait,
you
what?
changing?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
You switching?
I changed it.
You change it?
Yes.
Oh.
He said switch. He said,
Yeah,
oh,
so
switch.
you said
I know,
shouldn't.
Yeah, switching, switching.
You said shouldn't.
Switching.
Oh.
A big old switch.
All right, Gio, who did you have? Who did you switch to?
I took at first it was Monica, and then I switched to Dizzy.
Oh,
Switch
no.
it to
Two
Disney.
wrong. Both wrong.
All
All
right.
right. Carmen, you could win it all right here. Who you got?
Sup, loser. That's Mo.
No.
You're all losers. Go ahead and tell him, Mike.
Mike Olivero?
Mike
That's Mike Olivero.
He's the only guy who's an athlete on this station.
He's on the
Excuse
station.
He's the only athlete.
He can't do pull-ups like Mo.
Oh.
Yeah, but he also didn't have his arms in the sleeve. He had his legs in the sleeve.
Dizzy plays soccer, so I figured,
I see Mo at the gym.
Mike
Oh.
says sup. Mike says sup.
Oh,
Ew,
yeah. I
he
forget he's
shouldn't.
on.
I should tell you
Clear.
he should not.
Yeah.
All right. One more?
Final one.
That's it.
This
Final one, or they get one ticket each.
No, wait.
They have to go together. Has a picture of George Foreman. It says "Rest in peace," and it says, "We lost a legend. R.I.P. George Foreman, baddest man on the planet back in the day." Done.
Done.
Gio's done. Carmen's done. On the count of three, I both want you to say who you picked. 1, 2, 3.
Mike
O.
Ah! You're both right.
God damn it.
You're both right. I have.
We got to get a winner. We got to get a winner.
I have more. All right. We're going back. This one says the level of child shriekery inside of a Sam's Club is off the charts. Take that thing outside. Done.
I like that.
Gio's done.
Done.
Carmen's done. On the count of three, you're both going to give me an answer. They're going to be different answers, and one of you is going to win this goddamn game. 1, 2, 3.
Johnny
Monica.
Somebody just won.
Thank God. It's either line 2 or line 6.
Who's playing for which?
I'm
Carmen's
playing for Roy
on line 2, and Gio is playing for Donald Newport Richie Strong.
Newport Richie Strong.
on 6.
NPR.
Newport Richie Strong.
What?
Gio's the winner. That
Hell yeah.
Congratulations, Don. Congratulations. I'm going to keep you on
Thank
hold.
you.
Carmen will grab you here in a second. We'll hook you up with the Tom Segura tickets. Hold on. That ticket goes on sale tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. The show is September 20th, 8 p.m. at Ruth Eckerd Hall. Roy?
Hi, this is Roy.
Yeah, sorry you lost, but we got a consolation prize for you, so stay on hold. Carmen will hook you up with something else. Okay, buddy?
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
The champ is here. Yeah.
He sounded real depressed about it, too. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, our friend Martin Gramatica is going to be in the studio with us. Martin has a, I'm not really 100% sure what he's doing. He's doing something
You
with
got a
veterans.
5K that's coming up?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
I was trying to keep it off the radar.
No. We'll talk to Martin next. It's the Mike Calta Show at 102.5 The Bone. Martin Gramatica is in the studio with us. How are you, buddy?
Good morning. I missed you guys.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
I know it smells different here.
Smells different.
That's Mike.
Yeah, it's farts.
Martin, I wear a CPAP machine, like when I go to sleep, and it fills me with air. So the next
Sticks
day
to the
I
wrong
get up.
end.
Yeah, next day I get up, I'm very farty. It's just air blowing out. So
Good
doesn't
excuse. I'll
smell.
try that.
Calvin said it the best is he goes, it may still be air, but it's still passing through a tunnel that is filled with poop.
Yeah.
Anyway, question for you. Are you or did you? I don't know if it happened yet or not. No, it did happen. The Bucks cruise. Did you go on the Bucks cruise this year?
I did not get a chance to go on. I went on the first one.
Right.
And I haven't been able to do it because I coach my daughter's soccer team. So we always
Gotcha.
have, soccer games or stuff to do. But it's a lot of fun, though.
Yeah. It looked like fun. It looked like we leave for our cruise on Thursday. We're 1 week from today. We're very excited about it.
I know.
And I just wondered if you had gone on the cruise this year. I didn't know. I knew you went on, and Sap went last year too, didn't he? That to me blows my mind. Our cruises ran simultaneously last year, so Sap hit me up. He's like, "You didn't invite me on your cruise." I'm like, "I can't afford to have you on my cruise." I'm sure he's charging him out the ass to go on it, but I said also. I don't want to say what I said. But my cruise.
I said something else.
My cruise has a lot of people on it that are. I mean, I can imagine the same thing with the Bucks cruise. They're just wanting autographs and pictures, and he's not the most friendliest at all times.
I heard he did a really good job.
Yeah.
They were happy that, there was really no incidents.
No.
But they,
No one died.
Nobody got thrown off.
Yeah. Right.
No, but so I ended up going not didn't go on the trip, but I went on Friday when everybody boarded because I had committed to do it.
Yeah.
And then our schedule came out for soccer. Then I'm like, I had to cancel. I couldn't go.
Right.
So they said there's some people there that wanted to see me. I'm like, okay, whatever. You're just trying to like make me feel bad. So I said, well, can I go in and greet everybody on the way onto the ship?
Oh, that's cool.
So I saw, and then I went and saw one, but they had him in a special dining room by himself at the time, so I don't know how they maneuvered it.
Right.
But everybody that I talked to, they said I had a good time. And then when I saw his social media, he was at all the events.
You seem to have a ball?
Yeah. He was at all the events. The thing is, when you're there representing the Bucks, you got to understand these fans love you.
Yes.
And Sapp is one of the most loved players, so they're gonna want his autograph. They're gonna want.
Listen, I like to. I don't know. Even with the successful one, I'd be cringing at. If he was on my cruise, I'd be cringing the whole time. But I will tell you, I've gone out to dinner with him plenty of times in the past couple of years. We've done social functions together, including tailgates. He's come to my tailgate a bunch of times and just been delightful with everybody. So, new retired Sapp is a happy.
When he came to the office, about a year and a half ago, super nice. I mean, he was cordial to everybody, and I think he understands. When you're there representing a friend or a teammate.
It's different story. I just I was wondering about that. So anyway, what are you here promoting today? Gio said today Martin wants to come on. I was like, great, let's bring him in. We hadn't seen him in a
I missed
while.
you guys. I just had to have an excuse to come see you. I don't really have anything to promote.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Just stopping by.
I follow you on social media, and I did see you on the news recently. I know you were making the news round, so I knew there was something going on.
Yeah, so we're doing there's a 5K next Saturday morning.
Oh,
Mike's in.
No, I'm out. I'm out.
Come on, we need runners.
I'll be on a cruise, or else I'd be there for you.
Okay.
Listen, I'm doing my first 5K in May.
I know.
And I'm a little bit like whenever I drive and I see something, like yesterday I was driving one of my daughter's friends home, and the GPS said in 1 mile turn left, and I said, okay, let's see how far a mile is, and I did not like it. I hear Galvin going, don't look at it, because I thought I have to go there and back and there and then halfway back again. That's a lot.
And see, I run it with my wife, who likes to run, or at least a lot more than I do. So I complain for the whole 5K. And
sure.
She's on me the whole time. If not, I would quit and probably walk it.
Yeah.
But then when you look at Charlie Lemon, one of our first recipients for a home with I think he's come on your show.
Yeah, I remember Charlie.
Lost both legs in Afghanistan, and he's wheelchairing through the 5K. I'm like, I better run.
Right.
No excuse to not run it. But yeah, so I complain. I hate running. I never liked long distance run. I played soccer my whole life.
Yeah.
You could throw a soccer ball around, I'll run for 2 hours. But to run laps or run a 5K, and this one's a Safety Harbor, which I tell them I hate the format because you run by the finish line, and now you still have another mile because you had to go and come back. I'm like, dude, I'm like right there.
Yeah.
The first year, I really did think about cheating and just go straight.
Right.
Because the fast runners were already going through.
Yeah.
So they can say, okay, he looks like a runner, even though I'm not. I'm going to wear really short shorts, and then just run through with all the fast guys.
Yeah. I'll tell you, though, it's one of those things where when you get out there and you've done it, after you did it, you're like, oh, I'm so glad that I did it. No, I didn't. I'm still running my first one, but I've done small walks before and things like that for charity. And you dread it, and then you do it when it's over. You have this feeling of completion. And especially if you're doing it for a charity, you feel even better about it. So what are they raising money?
So Marsh McLennan Agency puts it together. This is our 10th year.
Right.
And they do everything. We just show up and run it, and then we're the beneficiaries. Our foundation.
Oh, great.
Gramatica Family Foundation. So anybody can go on gramaticafamilyfoundation.org to register for the run. Last year we had 900 runners. We're
Holy cow.
We're trying to get 1,000.
Yeah.
Beautiful run, Safety Harbor by the water.
Safety Harbor is really nice.
Yeah.
I did a marathon over there. It was really nice, and it ended right there by the Safety Harbor Spa in that area down by the water.
By
and
the
stuff.
pier there?
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, so that's exactly where you run through it. You see the finish line, and you got to come back.
You should try and juggle a soccer ball the entire time. See if you can do that. I've seen people do crazy stuff, like firemen will be in their full fireman gear running or dribbling a basketball or doing different stuff. And you're like, I mean, just doing a normal 5K or whatever is enough. You don't have to add extra stuff.
Will you wear headphones? For Bert's 5K.
Yeah.
Will you wear headphones when you do? No,
because I have to hear my wife yelling at me the whole time.
That's what I thought. Like I feel like yes, I'd want to wear headphones, but I feel like people are going to talk to me,
right?
Because I'm going to be walking, I'm not going to be running, and people are going to be gabbing with me.
It's social time for me. I'm waving at everybody. Say thank you for coming out.
Yeah.
So I gotta communicate. I don't think the music's going to help me go any faster. I think I just. Like I said, complain for 5K.
I know. Now, are you the kind of guy like you don't have to prep for this? You just get out there and do it, right?
I haven't prepped at all.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I do it literally once a year. And I keep telling the guy, is it getting longer or what? Every year I'm in more pain. So one year we did it at at a park. So it was laps,
That's the last time I did a walk was laps.
Yeah. But then you like get lost. How many laps do I have left?
Right.
So it's like, and it's boring because you're seeing the same
Right,
thing.
right.
But that year we ran it super fast. My wife was like, let's go. And I'm like chasing her, like sprinting. Everybody thought we were runners.
Right.
Then I couldn't walk for like a month. My knee, arthritis kicked in. I said, I'll never do that again. So now I just drag my feet for the 5K. But it's fun. I mean, you get to see and meet a lot of people, and they're all there for a good cause.
Right.
And you see everything from like, and they award everybody from the kids all the way to the older people. They get either a glass or a medal for the fastest runner. So it's a nice family event. So it's dog friendly and kid friendly.
I was surprised when both my kids were interested in doing it in the 5K. I mean, Joey wants to do it because he wants to go see Bert and Tom and but I mean, Juliana's like, yeah, I'll do it. My wife wanted to do it. I'm like, they're just in it for the exercise portion of it, which is not my side of the family. I don't understand that whatsoever. All right, so that's good. So that's this Saturday. Not this Saturday, but the 1 week from this Saturday.
A week from this Saturday.
And where is it? Oh, it's Safety Harbor.
Safety Harbor, yes.
Yeah, like Galvin said, that's a beautiful place to run. You got the water over there, and then when it's over, you want to have a bunch of different places you can go and chill out and relax at. It's plenty over there.
And they have so much they provide too. Like there's always kiosks, with like food, and they actually have beer for the after the race,
right.
Snacks and stuff. So because we do a nice little event at the end where we hand out the medals and hand out the trophies to the winners.
Yeah, nice. That'll be a fun
and we do
time.
all the divisions. They do all from kids all the way to older people.
Yeah,
so.
Bert should do one for a division. You do Fatso's, be one of his divisions.
Could be, yeah.
You Jelly Roll leading his group, Fatso's. Mm-hmm. That would be interesting.
There's nothing worse though than seeing somebody a lot bigger than you run past you, and then I'm like, I want to catch him and I can't.
Yeah,
I'm like, how is that possible?
Yeah, I don't know that feeling.
It's wild because you see runners and they're in all different shapes and sizes. Yep. And I remember my dad telling me, my dad ran the Chicago Marathon, and he said that he was running and there was a lady that was in front of him and she was completely pigeon-toed, like running like that. And he goes, I'm running and I'm looking at this lady and I'm like, how is she even in this race? Like she looks, out of shape. She's running pigeon-toed. He goes, and then I realized she was in front of me. It was like, oh yeah. Well,
or they wear like knee braces. They're all like braced up. Everything hurts. I'm like, how?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The will to do it is there. I see these people that do the shuffle. Like I see them running around the neighborhood there, and I wonder what that could possibly be doing for you health wise.
Like, it totally does.
Why that more than walking?
Walking, well, no, and it's not really much more. Because I was going to say, if you're walking or jogging, it's not that much of a difference. Like but it's still good for you. It's still good to be out
you're
there
getting out there moving.
Yeah, but I would say any of the running, any of the distance stuff, whatever, is really 90% mental.
Yeah,
if you think you can do it, and if you have the mindset to do it, you'll be able to do it. But even if you're not in great shape. But if you're willing to put in the time and do it, you can do it.
I'll be there.
I'm willing to turn around and come right back. I do that every time. Like when I was trying to do long distance, a little bit of running, back in the day, and I would just go and my back hurts, knee hurts, so I had to protect my legs, so I just come right back. It's true though. You have to be mentally willing to do it.
A great saying that I read in some book, whatever, is the first mile is a lie, which means because you go out there and you're like, my hips clicking, this isn't working right, whatever. But once you get into it, you're like, yeah, I'm totally fine.
Right. Yeah.
Oh boy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm stressing out a little bit.
Just walk.
You're walking.
Yeah, haven't you been you been practicing? Haven't you been training?
I have, and I don't like it.
What are you concerned with? Not finishing?
No, I'm gonna do it. It's just being out there and being hot and it taking so long, and I feel like I'm not worried. I'm worried about that I'm gonna be miserable. Like when I went hiking with my wife, we did about 2.5 miles, and it was uphill and over rocks and all that, and halfway through it, I went, this stinks. And I don't know why I decided to do this with them. And then my brother-in-law was like, oh, this is the halfway mark. And I go, great. Because even if I go back now, I'm still going back the same distance that I have to go to get out. So I'm in it now. Right. And I was very angry about it. And I didn't like it. And my knees hurt for 3 months afterward. I didn't like it. Now, this is going to be a different situation.
Yeah, you're not going to have any incline. You're not going to have to go over rocks and do stuff like that.
That's what I'm just trying to get my self used to knowing,
Who's going to be in your group?
Well, I assumed that I was going. That's why we got the Team Calta shirts made, because if we wanted to all walk together, we could walk together, or whoever wants to run, we'll run. You can run with you or whatever I want to do. I know that my wife and my kids both said that they wanted to do it. I know that Joey Deeb said he's going to do it. Pete said he's going to do it. So I'd imagine there'll be a lot of sweaty guys walking together.
Yeah, but you just be BSing and walking and doing that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're at the finish line.
But I know, like, if Deep Pasquale's going to do it, that bitch will run. He's in good shape. So, I don't know. All I'm saying is you fatzos out there that want to do it and go hang with Bert and Jelly Roll and Tom and those guys, don't worry about it. I'll be your walking king. We'll walk together.
Are you getting a water backpack?
No. I'm not like a camel. No. I think I'll be fine. I'll carry a bottle and I'll be okay.
Well, they'll have
on the way.
Areas. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. We could stop for a second, take a sip, have a couple of beers. No. All right. So now I'm sorry. Back to your 5K. It's 1 week from this Saturday. It's happening in Safety Harbor.
Yes.
Where do people get information about it?
It's 5K by the Bay on social media or Gramatica Family Foundation.org. On our website, there's a link to sign up.
Well, this could be set off. You can do a 5K a month if you really were one of these people.
When's yours?
The May 4th.
May 4th.
Yeah, it's not mine. It's Bert and Tom's Two Bears 5K.
Okay.
But we have just we've adopted it as our own because it's here in Tampa.
Well, I'll be there if I don't have any soccer.
Oh,
good. I'll do it.
That'd be great. Yeah.
I mean, I'm already in shape for it. If I can make one, I can make two.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say or not, but evidently there are a lot of Buccaneers involved in Bert's because it's going to have some stuff to do on the field at the stadium.
Oh, nice.
And there'll be some sprint competitions and those sort of things out there.
Sprinting?
Not us. Not us. Yeah. No. Bucks guys, I guess.
I just did an event for the Bucks, and they were sprinting. Older people. I'm like, man, I was just waiting for a popped hamstring, and I don't know how they survived it. Not one pulled hamstring.
When they had that thing over at USF, and it was the station event that they had over at USF. Yeah, the kicking and stuff, and then they did some sprints and everything. And John Brennan and Jason Meter, they were going to do a sprint, and I go, hang on, let me get my camera. Because, there's so many people that sprint. John Brennan ran and fell at the end because he couldn't stop. His momentum was going and stuff, and it's like, there's the wall, you got to stop. And he wound up falling over.
And that 40-yard dash it's long.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with the older you get, you think, okay, I'm good. And
you see the pros do it. You see the pros do it under 5 seconds, and you're like, okay, 5 seconds, no big deal. Meanwhile, you're doing it. It's like 18 seconds. You're like, I'm still not finished.
Yeah, I used to watch my son do it when he played football and how fast he was when he was younger. And then I was like, I don't even want to try it. Because I don't want to know. You know what I mean? I don't want to take 9 seconds.
Also, it's the burst of energy, and people who don't run at all of a sudden they're sprinting and stuff. They're pulling every muscle in their body.
No warm ups, no stretching, no nothing.
Yeah, fine.
That's so funny. All right, good. Well, I'm glad that you're out there, and we got to hook up with you today.
I appreciate it.
I saw you popping up on all the news stations. I was getting a little jealous.
No. Hey, you guys are number one. I can't wait for football season because I miss you guys.
Yes. Football season is our time together.
Yeah.
We did get to hang at the Super Bowl. At least that was fun.
Yes. Yeah.
My wife and I, we do a podcast together, and we're talking this week about my horrible fashion sense. You have great fashion. I see you on TV all the time. Do you dress yourself, or does your wife dress you?
I would say 90-10.
She dresses.
She does.
Yeah.
She
buys the clothes or picks it out.
Well, both.
Yeah,
both. We'll go.
That's what we'd have to do.
And then, because when I look at pictures back in the day, I'm like, I can't believe I was wearing that, and everything didn't fit right. So now she gets it. She likes that European
tight look.
So I got to stay in shape for it.
But you're little, so I don't mean that in an insulting way. You're a little guy, so it works for you.
Yes.
Yeah. The tight look on me is not looking good at all.
It looks like somebody left it in the wash.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, but she does 90% of it. Or if I buy something, she'll be like, take it back. That's not gonna work.
She has the veto.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah, that's what I need. I need her to go shopping with me. Her advice to me was to shop like a fat black guy would shop. Because fat black guys always dress smooth.
Right.
Yeah. So
a little collar shirt every now and then.
I know, man.
I know.
See, thank you, Carmen. Thank you for laughing.
That wasn't supposed to be a joke, Carmen.
Oh, okay.
If I have something that I have to do, I will dress.
Oh yeah, you clean up good.
But I'm not. I mean, it's from all the years that I had to wear a suit and tie to school.
Right.
Since first grade, I've been wearing a tie. That's why I was like, no more collars, no more ties, none of that stuff. I'm strong enough to wear sleeves today.
Especially in Florida, though, I hate wearing a suit. It's so hot, and I mean, obviously, when you have an event, you have to.
Yeah.
But everyday life is it's way too hot.
Unnecessary.
Did you put shoes on today because Martine was coming?
I'm wearing flip flops.
Oh, flip flops.
Flip flops. Yeah, I did not go. I actually, I feel like I'm overdressed today because we have a meeting today, so I actually dressed for the public.
Sleeves and
flip-flops. Yeah. I do not want to go to the meeting.
Oh no, Joe didn't even know about it until 10 minutes ago.
I knew about it.
Joe's not involved.
Yeah.
Joe's involved.
I'll be there.
Joe's not involved.
Joe is involved.
Sometimes
Most
I'm
importantly,
involved.
do we know what we're having for lunch?
Yeah, I know that they got some sandwiches.
Cool.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
Yeah, for those reasons, I'm out.
Yeah.
Go talk to John Brennan. I don't know.
You know who is the good lunch is JoJo.
Yeah,
of course.
So I'm not worried about it if she's involved.
We don't know. Good. Is she involved? We don't know.
Doesn't sound like it.
Yeah.
We're getting sandwiches.
Well, it's not like sandwiches that they're making. They ordered from somewhere.
Wouldn't that be great?
Right?
Wouldn't that be great if they just opened a basket and started handing out Ziploc bags full of sandwiches?
Yeah.
I would eat JoJo's sandwich.
Yeah. I would bury my face in JoJo's
We had
sandwich.
Ethan come in early and make you guys some sandwiches.
Got some cold cuts.
Yeah.
So what do you got now, sports wise? Are you done for a break, or are you in the middle of still seasons?
We'll do the draft. Oh, as far as my kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I coach my daughter. So we have four games left, and then
this kid's nonstop. My daughter's the same thing, volleyball, nonstop.
At least you're inside. I remember I texted you that one photo with the field. I mean, we went to a soccer or a flag football where the field was complete flooded. And because there was 1,200 teams, they didn't want to return the money. They're like, we're going to play through this. So they literally played through. But yeah, volleyball is nice because you go inside. But I like being outside. I don't mind it. So she does soccer and flag football. And flag football picks up in the summer. So over the summer, we're going to go to California, Canton, Philly, and one more. So, so we're going to be busy. She keeps us busy. No vacation for us.
I know flag football is getting big now in high school. All the high schools are adding flag football teams.
Believe it or not, like her club coach coached high school since 2003. I didn't even know had
flag football.
Flag football. Yeah. So he's actually an assistant on the national team now. Because Florida was one of the first states to have flag football. So that's grown a lot. I'm hoping I don't lose another one to football.
Yeah.
The boys already, football players, no more soccer. So I got to keep one soccer player. So
it's your fault. You put it in the blood for all these kids.
I didn't want him to switch over. I tried my hardest. Nico didn't kick till his sophomore year in high school. So he was all soccer. The middle one, he was all football. He loved football from the beginning. So
soccer's so much more fun to watch than if you're just kicking on a football team.
It's not fun at all. People ask me, do you enjoy watching your kid kick? No, I mean no. I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm probably the rudest person. Like people.
But depending on the level they get to, you're going to make more usually in football.
Absolutely. And there's better opportunity. I mean, scholarships where soccer, it's all going to European and South American kids. So American kids hardly get to go to play college soccer at a high level.
Right.
So now Nico's at USF. My middle one got an offer to Texas. So I'm hoping USF steps up and offers him too because we want to keep him close to home.
That'd be great.
But he's got a big offer too. So those type of offers you don't get with soccer, especially in this area. Some kids have gone, but not too many. So for their future, yes, it is better. For my heart, is not. Every game we're like... Yeah, so but I'm excited for them, but it's also not fun to watch.
Did USF have spring ball by already, or
they started last week?
All right,
they haven't had the game yet.
Nice.
That feeling that you get in your throat when your kid is about to do something and the game's on the line, or you just
I can't imagine the pressure of a game-winning field goal kick. Like it's crazy,
right?
I got the experience of watching brothers kick, and it's hard enough.
Yeah.
But now watching your own son, it's like it's not enjoyable at all.
You're either the hero or like the most hated person.
I know. I'd rather be busy and then just let me know I did well.
Man,
to live through it. So when my daughter has a soccer game, then I'm coaching her, and he has a game I don't know. So they'll text me what he's doing, but at least I don't have to go through it. So that's probably the best.
When my daughter was younger, she played keeper in soccer, and these tournaments it would go to PKs at the end. So like the entire weekend is resting on like your kid, and she was like 9 years old, and I'm like,
what are you gonna do?
I can't imagine on like a pro level or a Division I college level watching that on TV. It's just insane.
When you're doing the color commentary in Spanish, do you have a tush push? Is there a word for tush push? Or do you say tush push?
Tush push.
Tush push.
By the way, speaking of Spanish accent, the lady at the gate yelled at me today.
Why?
You're not in the system. Call Mike. Don't call me.
I didn't put you in the system. She's great though.
They need to put you there full time.
I
I'll let them know. No, I'm just kidding.
I forget that this is a fortress to get into.
Next time, just tell her password tush push.
Tush push.
There's no word for tush push, but we're probably not going to need it anymore. Apparently. apparently, right?
I don't know. That's they were fighting about.
I know.
But the tush push and then.
I don't like the kickoff rule. I don't know what do you guys think about
no,
that.
No, I don't like it either. But I mean, did it help? Are there less injuries? What is the whole
well,
point?
The purpose was less injuries and less touchbacks. That way, there's more returns, more action. But the guys were kicking them out of the end zone anyway. So now they moved it to the 35. So he hit a touchback. But now, I guess some of the kickers, because my kids kick with some guys that are trying out for the pros.
Right.
So they're looking at doing a knuckleball. They have that landing where you have to get past a certain yard. If not, it goes to the 40. So now they're trying to hit a knuckleball because if it bounces and it goes in the end zone, then it goes to the 25.
Oh, so you want to put it back there.
So you want to knuckle it so they can't catch it and still get a touchback.
That's gonna like all these kids in college. They're still the old kickoff rules, and then they're trying to go to the pros where they haven't kicked off like that at all.
Well, the thing is, you don't have to have a strong leg anymore,
right?
Because they don't really want the
placement.
It's more placement. So if you're a former soccer player, that could help you. But in college, you still want the touchback. So I don't really like that rule. I'm hoping they don't change the extra point rule in college because that'll be more stressful.
Do you remember what the kickoff rule was, the possession rule for the XFL when it first came out?
Oh, where they like a hockey, right? Like they huddle and they fought for the ball.
They put the ball in the center, and both the guys, the running backs, would run in. Those guys were breaking each other's knees in the thing. It was great.
Did you see what they're doing for? I believe it's UFL, where for the extra point, where you can go for a 2-point conversion or move it back and go for 3 points. And I think you can do that with kicking as well.
Oh, really?
Like, you can kick from here and get an extra point, or you can kick from here and get 2 points. And that's pretty interesting.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that because then you can call your shot depending on how many points you need.
And if you got the kicker that has a leg and can do it, he'll be like, I'm moving back here. We'll get 5 points.
Yeah.
Right.
It seems like now every team's got a kicker that can kick 60-yard field goals.
It's wild.
Like every week it happens.
Wow.
Who I remember, Sebastian Janikowski was the first one that I could remember that was just drilling him, drilling the amazing length. And that, but then what was his deal? He was like a big partier, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he played in the league for a long time though.
He had a full career.
He was the Raiders.
And he was one of the first big kickers because he was like 6'3", 6'4", or
but
something.
He was just heavy, like
but he was a big dude. He looked like a football player, and then you go, "You're the kicker."
Right.
Jesus.
When I first got to Tallahassee, that's when he was on a team, and on kickoffs he'd put it through the goalposts, like on the kickoff.
With not a lot of approach either. We're just all leg strength. A lot of guys, we have to build momentum. I had to take 12 yards back and build momentum. He just kicked
2 steps.
2 steps.
Yeah.
Kickers getting groupies in college?
I mean, you can.
He partied a lot.
I know he did.
When I lived there, he was the one player that I saw out and about more than anybody.
Oh yeah. He was a big part
in the bars, hanging out.
He was known for that, right?
Yeah.
He was friends with Rough Shot Todd.
Is he really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because they lived in the same. They lived in the same apartment complex.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was funny. Excuse me. I got one more in there somewhere, Carmen. It's brewing. No, I'm saying when you were in college.
I mean, I did okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't I was trying to stay focused. My goal was try to make it to the NFL, but I mean, I did okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought my first, as a true freshman, I had a groupie. I got all excited. They shave your head the first thing they do.
Right.
And then this girl comes up to me with a program. It's like, is this you? Because the program had hair.
Right.
I go, yeah. Like, oh, you want me to cite it? No, I'm your monitor. I'm going to make sure you come to class every day. I'm like, man, this is going to be fun.
Nope.
How often did you have to go to classes?
Every class. Well, we would go and leave, but if now you had to run on it was called 888, and we did it on Sunday after the game at like 6 a.m, where you run 8 stadium steps, 8 laps around the field, and then 8 up downs.
If you didn't go to the game, at class,
to class. So nobody wanted to skip class. Well, you could, but if you got to know them, then they would be okay. But this girl, there was no chance. I mean, she barely spoke English, something like that. She was there for like whatever little pay they gave her or whatever they did.
Man.
But a lot of times we'd go, spend 5 minutes, and then sneak out. If it was a big auditorium,
you get out of there.
Try to get out. But yeah, no, I got excited for no reason.
Holy smokes. All right, listen, we got to take a break, and we'll come back and wrap up the show. Again, 1 week from this Saturday, downtown and Safety Harbor. Martina's doing a 5K. They're doing a 5K to raise money for the Gramatica Family Foundation, which does great things for veterans, building homes for veterans who've come back in now not great shape. And, you guys have done some great stuff for a lot of different guys over the years. So I hope you get a good turnout. Trying to beat the last year's score, trying to get at least 1,000 people in there.
Yes.
I think that's very possible, especially if you're somebody who's preparing for the Two Bears 5K. Maybe sneak one in on the weekends to see how you do. Go to what is it on the internet again?
GramaticaFamilyFoundation.org.
Right.
And it's 5K by the Bay.
5K by the Bay. There you go. All right, brother. Great to see you.
Thank you, guys. Yeah,
we'll take a quick break and come back and wrap up. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone.